Yeah.
We're up there.
Yeah.
We're totally up there, guys.
Yeah.
Totally up there. So really quick, we're going to do a quick recap. You guys ended up in a township called Happy Haven and did not have too good of a happy time.
I wonder why.
You guys did see Pukan, a former enemy, and you also saw a goblin by the name of Gnong, who also goes by the name of what he said. And you decided to strike a bargain. You guys are trying to find a Seer Stone because you are looking for Greer, Bale, and Sarah, who've been missing since the Night of Demons 5 years ago. The trail has led you to Happy Haven, and Pukan is also hot on the trail of the Seer Stone. So he proposed a temporary alliance of sorts. Let's get the stone. Just, you guys can use it one time, but we claim ownership of it, and we'll use it in the interest of Baldur's Gate. So the accord was struck. However, you guys had spent the briefest amounts of time in Happy Haven, only to discover that it was overrun with insanity of the highest order. The barkeep there seemed very pleasant at first, became more and more agitated the longer you guys stayed in Happy Haven, and he ended up cutting off his own nose and chasing Terra Highhill down the street with it on a platter, who then sicked her velociraptor on an already injured barkeep, thereby eviscerating him in the middle of the street. Pukan, of course, was a little surprised at everything that was going on, and you guys had surmised that it was some sort of disease happening, something that you can catch, and this was all verified by the doctor who was setting up shop in the once city hall, now kind of a triage infirmary, and he did have one strange fellow who arrived right before everything had kind of fell apart, and that was Kasur. Found his way to Happy Haven, and he claims innocence. He claims to be here just to watch the fireworks and maybe have a laugh or two. You guys decided to continue down where the shard of the Seer Stone had pointed you, the direction it had pointed you, down further below the city hall. Once you got there, there was an ancient stone caverns. You guys had followed the caverns. Pukan was first, and Pukan is a dunce and activated a trap. A giant boulder, a few tons in weight, had essentially trapped you guys in this cavern. And as you entered, you saw this pool of, not water, although it was liquid of sorts, this kind of organic matter mess, thick green viscous fluid that smelled of mold and decay, with millions and millions of these tadpole-like creatures that lived in this mire. And at the bottom of this mire is the prize that you seek, the Seer Stone. But within this catacomb, you did see these large humanoid tentacled creatures standing between 6 and 7 feet each. These creatures have these tentacles that just kind of replace whatever normal humanoid mouth parts might be. It's just tentacles that kind of drip off their face. They're covered in mucus and slime, and they do have some captives tied to stakes. One of them seems to be on a sacrificial mound, as if she's going to be sacrificed for in the name of ceremony, perhaps. You're not really quite sure. And then you guys get a telepathic message from a very large elder brain. This creature is a few tons at least, large, and it kind of floats in this stone well that has these archaic magical carvings or runes in the stone. And it floats within this viscous fluid. And it has offered to give you the stone if Kohl stayed and served the hive. That was not going to happen. And so you guys decided to take matters into your own hand. A very nervous Pukan was ready, and you guys sensed something was going to happen. So you guys attacked. And you were getting attacked by these canine-like creatures that are just essentially a brain with 4 canine limbs. One of them had essentially killed itself, but had taken over Pukan's body, who then turned around and started bludgeoning what he said on the bridge, who looks in a very bad way right now. And you did kill one of the creatures, one of the mind flayers, but there are a couple that remain. Now, Terra, you are surrounded by one of these canine-like creatures, these intellect devourers, and a flayer who looks pretty hurt. But this brain hasn't acted yet, although it seems to be waiting for a particular thing. And these stone edifices that kind of are outcroppings from the stone itself, from the floor. They're detached from the wall, but they seem to have grown out of the floor itself, and they're just hitting you with all kinds of different noxious effects. Sometimes it's acid rain, sometimes it's lightning. I believe Daedalus got hit once. Barag got hit a couple times. But these things seem to have some sort of insane intelligence attached to these stone constructs. So we're going to pick up right in the midst of battle, right at the top of the order. And let's get some battle music, shall we? All right, so first up we have Kohl in the initiative. So you've got Pukan and Gnong on the wooden bridge. You've got this brain-type creature that hasn't done anything yet. What do you do?
I'm going to step this way. Oh, is that... I remember there being some kind of noxious cloud in this area.
Right here.
Okay.
Daedalus got hit with it, but he moved out on his turn. So it's here.
Okay.
I
just want to make sure.
No, it was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was to your left. Yes.
Okay.
Because you were both going that way, you got hit, and then you moved back this way. So you still see that. It's got one more round. I rolled 2 rounds for the noxious cloud.
Okay. So now that I have stepped out of it,
yes,
I'm just going to turn back around to this guy that I've been taking shots at before.
Right.
And just plant my heels and just let off 3 more at him.
Now you took 2 violent shots in 1 turn last game.
Yeah, so I have...
You rolled a 1. She had the fortitude to call out a warning, and
yeah.
So what are you going to do?
So these are going to be regular shots.
Okay.
Just 1, 2, 3.
Let's
do
2
extra attacks.
Let's do it.
Okay. So the first one's going to be 23 to hit.
That hits. So for the sake of something specific, roll damage for the first one.
Okay.
For the first hit. Because that might determine what you do in hits 2 and 3. Or shots 2.
It's going to be 15 damage.
Okay. So you take aim, you release your first round, and you see 2 of the tentacles drop from its mouth parts as the bullet continues to fire and ricochets off the back of the cavern. It looks pretty hurt as it drops down to one knee, the shot going right over Terra's shoulder from behind her.
Okay.
You got 2 more shots.
So as I see it drop down, I just keep a bead on it with both pistols and just keep going.
Go for it.
Second one's gonna be 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay. And
So go ahead and roll damage on that.
oh, okay. So damage for that one is gonna be 6.
All right. So describe your moment of victory.
All right. So as I see him drop to his knee, like I said, I just track him, with my pistol, and just aim right for center of his head. And just
Nice.
let it off.
So within almost a half second, you just and 1 shot, and then you kill it. It falls backwards from where you are, Terra, as 2 shots are fired right over your shoulder in very quick succession. You got a 3rd shot, right?
Yeah. So let's see. Who's this on the bridge?
That is Gnong, and or rather, what he said. Gnong is his real name, and Pukan.
Okay. So having 1 shot left, I'm just gonna spin and seeing this guy across the way take the 3rd shot at him.
Go for it.
Oh, I already. Did I roll that? Yeah, I did. It was a 6, so it's 19 hit.
Okay, 19. 19 is a hit. So go ahead and roll damage for Pukan. I have his sheet here.
And Pukan is beating the...
He's beating the tar out of his best friend. He does not look like he is aware of anything that's happening. That happened right after the Devourer, the little canine creature, had hit him with some sort of attack.
I'm aiming at this guy here.
Oh, okay. The other mind flayer. Gotcha. This one looks different. The tentacles on this particular mind flayer, his tentacles seem much thicker, much more robust. He's got many more tentacles than the other mind flayers.
Okay.
And they seem to be very long. I mean, they reach down to the ground.
Okay.
So you're going to take your shot at him?
Yeah, so that was 19 to hit on hitting.
Okay. Let me go ahead. His. One moment. 19 does hit. So
Okay.
go ahead and roll damage.
So that's going to be 12 damage.
12 damage. Right. Okay. So you hit him right in the shoulder. You see him step back. This is the first time that he's either been hit. He hasn't attacked yet, which is unusual. He seems to be just kind of observing everything that's going on. But with that 3rd shot, you hit him right in the shoulder, and now you have his attention. For whatever that's worth, you do have his attention.
Oh, hey.
All right, so next up in the initiative order is Terra.
So I'm actually going to attack this one right behind me.
Go for it. Now you don't have sneak attack damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But I do have it on Fury mode right now.
Yes, you do. You did activate your acrobat diamond. That's a hit.
Yeah.
I saw you rolled a natural 16. I'm like,
It would have been like 25.
yeah, I know. That's a hit.
Rude.
It's
So-
okay.
So should I also roll again for my second?
Yeah. Go ahead. No, roll damage for this one.
So 2d4.
They're very potent, but they're very low in hit points.
2d4.
Devourers. But man, when they do what they do, oof.
2d4 fire. I don't have, so I only take 1. And then I have my... Oh no, that's for the... Yeah.
Still a lot of dice.
Plus she gets to add her dex.
10,
Oh my god, yeah.
15, 20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay, and did you add your bonuses to the dagger? It's
Yes.
a plus
Oh, 22 then.
+2 dagger, right? Okay, so 22 damage.
Yeah.
So you take your dagger, you kind of flip it around in your hand very quick, and you just almost like an uppercut, and you see the blade go right from underneath and stick out right from the top of this creature, and you just its body goes completely limp.
Easy enough.
So what do you do?
And I say that very proudly.
Sure.
So I'm actually going to.
You've got movement, but
Yeah.
you've got some sort of cloud behind you, some sort of magical effect that has been fired off behind you.
I'm actually going to. I think I still have my bonus action. Can I do a dash if I use my bonus action?
With your class?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I'm actually going to do. Well, let me see if I can make it there. My own 25. Yeah, I'm gonna do a dash.
Okay.
If I go around this thing, would it be?
I'll tell you what. You can climb the mound. The mound isn't that high. It's about 10 feet high.
Okay.
But it's going to cost you double the amount of...
So it'd be 20 movement.
Yeah, to get up there.
So,
Without having to go all the way around.
okay, so I'll actually... 5, 10, 5. Right here.
So, I'm just going to let you make a strength feat to actually
Okay.
climb. But it's a low DC. The DC is only going to be 10. You're not being chased. I mean, you're in active combat, but you're not in active combat with anybody right now. So
And then it's
10.
athletics? Or is it strength? Just strength?
It's athletics, which is strength based.
I don't know. That's combat.
It's a cocktail. Yeah.
6 plus 6, 12.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. All right, so yeah, easily enough, you get there and you see this female, green-skinned female, very, very tall and lithe. Her muscles are almost like cables, like wires. She looks stronger than the other captives that are tied to stakes right now. And she's kind of like using all of her strength to just stay upright, but it seems very, very interested in what is happening right now.
Alright, so if I were to give her something, that would be on my next turn.
That would be an action, which
Okay.
you've already taken an
Yeah.
action.
So I'll hold off to my next turn.
Okay. All right. Next up is going to be Barag.
Okay. And Pukan is beating them up still, right?
Yes. You
Okay.
just see his eyes have kind of rolled over white. He's kind of salivating, drooling uncontrollably. And you just see nothing but rage on his face.
Okay. So I'm going to move up towards them.
Okay.
And as I come up, I'm going to try to separate, like kind of hit his arm to
Okay.
separate him from clobbering.
I'll tell you what, if you wanted to take as part of your action, how many attacks do you get? You get 2 attacks,
I
right?
get 2. Yeah.
If you wanted to take 1 to do a no damage push on what he said to get him out of the way and get him separated by 5 feet, I'd allow that as an attack and then do a second attack on whoever you want.
I will do that.
Okay. So go ahead and roll.
I will take that.
Roll with advantage because you're going to get no resistance from Gnong.
Oh, okay.
I keep switching back from Gnong and what he said. I'm going to pick one. Gnong.
No, it is.
Saying what he said all the time is
Natural 19.
natural 19. All right, so
On one of my new dice.
So easily enough, you manage to break Pukan's grip on Gnong and kind of push Gnong out of the way. So now you are a barrier between Gnong and Pukan. You're in the middle,
All right.
essentially. So that's your first attack.
Yeah. I'm going to try to not hurt Pukan, but I'm definitely gonna try to just knock some sense into him. Like,
Okay.
Gonna just kind of just bash his head with my shield.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of like
That's
wake
gonna
up.
hurt. Yeah.
Just whack him in the face.
All right. So because you don't have unarmed combat, like a monk,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to add your proficiency modifier unless
Okay.
you had like unarmed fighting.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be your strength plus your roll.
Okay.
So go ahead and do that.
18.
18.
Yeah.
All right, that does hit.
Okay, good.
So you hit him so hard that your shield vibrates.
Mhm.
You feel it through your shield.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll damage. It's going to be a d6.
6.
Okay, so you do 11 points of damage. All right. So yeah, you see his nose kind of go as you break his nose with your shield, and he looks at you. No sort of recognition in his face. He doesn't even look. It's odd. He doesn't even look. You've seen undead before. It doesn't peak as undead to you.
Okay.
Yeah. You've got, these divine senses, and they're not firing off as an undead creature. But he doesn't look like the person that you knew before you came into the cavern.
Yeah. Of course.
So what are you gonna do? You want to take any more movement, or is that gonna end your turn? You got a bonus action.
Gonna end my turn, and
That'll-
I'm just gonna stay between him and
And Gnong?
Yeah.
Alright, so that is going to end your turn. Very good. Alright, next up, you've got Daedalus Hartwell, aka Hartwell the Magnificent.
So let's see, Shatter is a 10-foot radius sphere.
Yes.
So if I put it if I cast it right next to that stone,
Which stone specifically?
the one, that one against
Yes.
that one,
Yes.
will it hit him? Will it hit Kohl?
It will hit Kohl. If the center point is the stone, then yeah, it would hit Kohl.
Or
You
is that-
would have to move the center point somewhere else.
What about diagonal to?
Yeah, you can.
No,
yes.
not right there, not there. Diagonal.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that won't hit him, but it'll still hit.
As far as you know. I know that you do.
So I'm gonna cast Shatter on that spot to make sure that it just catches the stone and not our gunslinger.
Okay. All right.
So
That
that
makes sense to me.
so they has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constant.
But
What's the DC?
the
For your
DC
spells?
spell save is 16,
16.
and if the
Yeah.
thing, the target in question is made out of stone,
It's double damage. Right?
disadvantage.
Oh, it's disadvantage. Okay.
Disadvantage on the
He is
saving
so
throw.
happy about that. He
Yeah.
is smiling
No,
the
you know
whole
what?
way through.
It's smart. It's smart play on Daedalus Hartwell's part, aka Hartwell the Magnificent.
So that's one spell slot down.
Where's my D20? Here it is. 15, 16. Hit the mark.
With
Yes.
disadvantage?
Yeah. with
Oh, disadvantage. That's right. Thank you. You just finished saying it. I'm not paying attention. Natural 20. So yes,
16.
they did make their. But it's half damage, though, right?
Yes.
The shatter.
And since it's one second, there's something else I forgot to read.
I love
So,
shatter, man.
and,
It's a good spell.
The damage increases by 1d8 for each slot level above the second, and I'm already at 5th. So that's
Fifth level?
yeah,
Oh,
because
that's
all
right.
my
Yeah,
spell
yeah,
slots are
yeah,
5th
yeah.
level now.
Yeah, go for it.
So that's 1d8 for just it, and then 3 more. So that's
Right.
4 of them, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's find the d8 Seer Stone.
No. It starts with 3d8, and then it's an additional 1d8 for every level above second level.
That's-
Oh, above third level. No, above second level. So you're doing it. So it's 6d8.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
Daedalus is not fucking around.
so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. See if I can find it.
Here.
5. I think I might have one more. 6. Ah, I made that there. Hey, this is dropping 4. Okay, I'm gonna roll it over here because there's no room on the table for my dice here anymore. So we got 8, 8,
Damn, that's a lot of high
6,
numbers.
5, 6, and a 2.
Holy crap.
So that's 16, let's see, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
5. All right.
And then
But that's half damage.
that is half.
That is half damage, so that's still a lot of damage. So
17.
I'm gonna give him 18 on this.
Aww.
How generous.
It's Daedalus! It's Daedalus!
Soft spot.
I do have a soft spot for Daedalus, aka Hartwell the Magnificent. Alright, so 18?
18.
18 it is. We've settled on. Alright. So you see, almost like spider webbing, you see these large cracks form at the base of this stone construct as you hit it with that shatter spell. You see, you hear and see, and you actually even feel it in your bones, even though you're not caught in the damage of it. You're close enough to it that it shakes your teeth. You feel like your horns are gonna fall off your head. That's how powerful is his shatter spell, because he hit it at 5th level. So your ears are ringing. But well done. Is that gonna end your turn, or you want to take any movements?
I think I'll stay right there.
All right. Next up, that was a good turn, man. Next up is Pukan, and he sees Daedalus. Not Daedalus. He sees Barag. All right. So he's got his war pick. He's gonna hit you with his war pick. 22 hit.
Yeah.
You go ahead and do a second attack. 20? Modified 20?
Yeah.
Alright, so... Okay, so you take 11 points of piercing damage from the first hit. And... woof, 13 points of piercing damage from the second hit as quickly you push Gnong out of the way. He's there and he's got his war pick in his hand, and he just he finds little separations in your armor that the war pick, that sharp end finds, and he now has drawn your blood on his war pick. Again, no recognition on his face on who you are, what is happening, but he is attacking, and he looks like he's out for blood. But that is going to end his turn.
Still doesn't get a chance to break out of it.
Don't know what it is.
Don't know what it is.
I can't tell you, man.
Yeah. Don't ask questions. He can't tell you the answer.
Next up is Gnong, and Gnong is going to... take some movement. He's gonna go... 5. He's gonna make a dex. 10, and try to jump. He's gonna try to jump it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. Pretty long to.
Let me do this here. DC on this is 13.
No, do it. Come on.
Is that? What is that?
7.
7. Okay. All right. Believe it or not, I think he made it.
Woo, please.
He's a rogue, I think.
Yeah.
Just
There
imagine
you go.
you getting eaten alive right now.
17. Modified
Oh.
17. So you
Rogues.
see, you see him jump over this 10-foot, basically that sludge path. He makes it across. So 5, 10.
Thank God.
He's gonna go, and he is going to roll for stealth because he's no dummy.
Dun dun dun. Smart man.
All right, it's good. So effectively, you see him kind of hide behind the stone column rather, and you don't see him. You're like, whoa. But that is actually going to end his turn, and he's probably going to take a healing potion.
I would too.
All right, so next up, are the baddies. Alright, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh, right behind me.
Right behind you. Alright, you know what? Let's go 30. Okay, so that is gonna be all the movement for the baddies so far. So now we've got some stone columns. One in particular, Daedalus Hartwell, you got the attention of. So let's go ahead and roll. Roll a d4. Roll it on the floor. All right. I need Daedalus. I need you to roll a DC 14 con save, please. So what's your constitution score?
+2 and
Plus
I
2.
rolled a 13.
Okay, so you made it.
Yeah.
So you get hit with this green. It almost looks like a laser. You get hit with this green beam, and for a second, almost kind of like what happened with Barag the last session. You feel yourself kind of fighting the effects of this magic beam, and for a second, your hands start to get smaller, and your body starts to kind of shrink in itself, and then you fight off the just pure strength of will. You fight off the effect, and you are now your normal, gorgeous self. Alright, next up is the other one, and he is going to hit. He doesn't have line of sight on Barag. Doesn't have line of sight on Daedalus, because Daedalus is behind all that mess. He is going to hit Kohl. Alright. And this is actually going to get Daedalus, both Daedalus and Kohl. So you see kind of what happened before. You see this cloud kind of form above you. It's a green, noxious cloud that comes. It seems to like almost evaporate out of the ceiling, and you start getting hit with drops of acid that start bubbling your skin. I need you guys to make a DC 14 Dex save, please.
14 on the dot.
That's gonna be 24.
24. Okay, so you both take 7 points of acid damage. Let's see how long this is going to stay. Okay, actually no, and the acid rain is 1 round. Okay, all right. So next up is going to be.
Can I ask about the one that was right there? Is that one gone?
It's still there.
What about that one? Like, there's a noxious cloud there. That
That one will be gone next round.
Okay.
Now you're in an acid rain cloud, and that will be there for a round.
Okay.
So yes, you've got acid to the left of you and acid to the right of you. Acid all up on you. Alright, so I think the Elder Brain is now going to make his presence felt, or its presence felt. I need no. So he's got a 30-foot range on his. That's right, Terra. I'm looking at you. With his tentacle attacks, he can reach up to 30 feet, and you are well within that range.
Good for you.
Good for you, Jack. All right, so.
Thanks.
Oh man.
Okay, so +7 to hit. All right. So what's your armor class?
20.
22. So one of these hardened tentacle-like veins wraps around your whole body. You're gonna take some damage from it too.
Are you trying to grapple me?
Yes.
Might have something for
What do you got for me?
No. Well, I was. No. Because it's not an area effect.
No, it's not. So you take 14. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage from the attack, from the tentacle attack, and you are considered grappled.
Then I have
so
that
what?
half.
So
I have uncanny dodge.
oh, uncanny dodge, yes. So and you are also going to take some psychic damage from that attack. You're going to take 13 points. No, 12 points of psychic damage. And you are considered grappled at the start of each of your turn.
Yeah.
So, why don't you go ahead and put Terra on the actual Elder Brain stone, because it is kind of pulling you towards it, into the deep. Alright. And that is actually going to end
Rest in peace, Terra.
turn. Alright, so melee attack on Barag. It is a 19 to hit with the tentacles.
Yes.
Alright, so you would be considered grappled as these tentacles start wrapping around your neck, wrapping around your arms.
Hold on, I have something for that. Actually.
Alright, what do you got for me?
I can use something against grapple. This is the first time I've been able to use it because normally no one ever tries to grapple me. So.
Well, he's going to. He's hungry for brains.
No, he doesn't. He won't like my brains.
What brains? Aww.
Hey.
Aww. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
That's ridiculous. It's been a while since I've had to look at this because I have never been able to use it. So bear with me for just a little second. Oh, no, never mind. That's me grappling people actually.
Okay, so you're gonna take 28 points of damage.
Ouch.
5 of which are psychic damage, so 23 plus 5 points of psychic.
Okay.
And you are considered grappled. I need you to make a DC 17 intellect save, please. Intellect?
Intelligence.
Oh. Oh,
Or
great.
intelligence, I'm sorry. Intellect is another game. Sorry.
I was like,
Sorry, yeah. I'm just throwing stats I'm making up.
I
Fuck
thought
it.
I heard it wrong. Intelligence, and I'm not the smartest, so it's gonna be interesting. Natural 18.
Natural 18, alright. Nice. So you almost feel like your vision starts to go tunnel vision for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And almost like you got hit with one too many punches. Like you're about to go out and then you kind of fight off the effects and you're able to wake up. But you are still considered grappled. You can make an escape attempt at the start of your next turn.
Okay.
Alright, so that is going to end its turn, and you do kind of feel some pincer-like tentacles kind of writhing to the back of your head, looking for a space. No! Looking for a nice parking space. And that is going to end their turn. Next up is going to be Kohl.
Okay. So we have a cloud here,
Cloud there.
and then one over here. Where I'm
Oh, it's the
standing.
next round, so it's dissipated now.
Okay, the one
Yes.
that was over here
Right,
has.
right.
Okay.
it's slick with acid, but it's no longer hanging in the air.
Okay. So I'm going to carefully traverse that area, and would this get me
25.
out of the one that I was in over here?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Now you've taken 25. You still have some more movement if you want it. You've taken 25 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
And you see both Terra and Barag are in very compromising positions right now.
Yeah, so having seen this thing kick into action, I'm going to turn my attention to it and do what I did before and take 1, 2, 3 shots.
Go for it.
And let's see what I have. I'm going to make that first one a violent shot.
Oh shit! I love when you do that.
And then the other 2 are going to be regular.
Go for it.
This is the first one here.
I'm so excited.
What happened?
What's
It's going to be 26 to hit.
okay? All right. I was gonna ask you what the magic number is for.
Yeah, so it would be...
It goes up by
It would be 3.
3.
Yeah, it would be misfire score. So that's first one.
Okay, that's a hit.
Second one. These are going to be regular shots. 31 to hit, and
Fuck you.
and 25 to hit.
All 3 hit.
Okay. So it's going to be 3d8 plus the extra damage die.
Yep, from the violent shot.
So 4d8. I'll just roll these 2 twice. Thank you. Okay, so 6, 1, 7, 7 plus 19. Okay. 6.
At a certain character level, the math gets really hard.
Yeah, so it's gonna
Carry
be
the 1, divide by 2.
it's gonna be 31.
31.
So
All right. That's for all 3, or just the first one? The
that's
first hit?
for everything.
Everything. Okay, 31.
He got a little worried.
I was worried when. Yeah.
I saw the look on
was
your
like-
face, like, oh no.
Right. All right. So. All right. Okay. So quickly, you fire off 3 shots from right over that pool of viscous fluid. All 3 shots find purchase. You see this dark red blood kind of explode from the brain. Lights kind of focus on the entry points of where the bullets hit this brain, and it kind of swivels in its stone edifice right in your direction. I'm gonna make him do a, just to keep you within his grasp. 'Cause that's a lot of damage. What's your AC?
20.
All right, so you, as soon as those 3 bullets hit, you slide from the mucus on this thing's tentacle. Kohl manages to just nick the tentacle that has wrapped itself around you, and you kind of slide out from its grip, and you're right on the stone home of this elder brain, and you can literally put your hand out and touch it. That's how close you are. So that is going to end your turn, Kohl?
Yes.
Okay. I think you've got still some movement if you want. I think you took 25 feet.
I'm gonna keep him right
Okay.
here.
All right. Next up is going to be Terra.
I'm gonna activate my Eye of the Deep. So that is Once per long rest, you can produce a 30-foot cone in front of you. The creature in that area must make a DC 17 con check or be stunned for 2d4 rounds.
All right. It's got a +5 con.
That's
Roll a 1.
So, what's the
17.
All right, guys. You know what? Let me do it right here.
16.
Yeah. No, 14.
Oh yeah, 14.
So he failed. So you see all the tentacles kind of fall and are kind of. Can you grab me the D20? In a state of inactivity, you see.
Don't tell me you rolled.
Get the fuck out of
6
here!
rounds. You still guys.
Dang.
Please put this on a tentacle.
6 rounds.
So you see all of a sudden the tentacles just kind of drop. You even see the mind flayer on the bridge. They are a hive mind. And you see him drop to one knee, trying to fight off the effects of this stun that he may be catching a little bit of that residual stun.
Sweet. Now I'm free.
So it just goes limp, basically?
Completely limp, and it's just kind of bobbing in this viscous green fluid.
I just kind of yell across her, is it dead?
No, not yet.
You've actually seen her use that amulet of the deep. Like it's weird because when she uses it, tentacles, magical tentacles come out of that, and you almost see it was like tentacles fighting tentacles until the magic tentacles actually subdue the creature into subconsciousness. So you guys have 6 rounds, unless I make my save. Unless I make my save. So is that gonna end your turn? Because that's an action.
They can't attack you. Run away.
Hey, let's get out of here.
No, you know what?
Dick. I'm laughing because that's so smart, actually. Alright, so what do you do?
Would I be able to make a vault jump onto the brain?
Yeah, you can use your. I would say you have movement. It's going to be an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Even though this thing is not moving, it is covered in mucus and slime. But you absolutely can do that.
Actually, you know what? Second thought, I'm actually going to try and vault jump to here, to this spot.
Okay. That is going to be a DC. That's 5, 10. What's your strength? Because you can jump your strength score. So whatever your
16.
16. So you can jump 16 feet.
Okay.
So yeah, you can make it.
Okay, cool.
So go ahead and make a, let's say, an acrobatics check of 17. Acrobatics of 17.
Natural 15.
Easily enough. And you see Terra. Do you want to add some stank to this? You want to add some flair?
I'm going to kind of like roll over and like present myself and then down.
Sure, sure. And to be quite honest, the captive, the Githyanki, who's tied, is seeing all this go down in sheer amazement. Like, she's never seen anything like this go down in all her days. So is that going to end your turn? You've taken an action.
And that was technically considered my bonus action too.
Was the
Well, because I have
the amulet of the deep is your what?
my main action.
Okay, that's your action. So you've taken an action.
Okay.
You've taken your movement. You have a bonus action.
Could giving her something be a bonus action, or is that
No, no. If you're giving her something, it's an action. If you're taking it, it's a bonus action.
Okay. And to cut her would...
Technically, in the rules,
Right.
it's actually an action, but
Right.
I throw high-level stuff at you, so I'm like, bonus action.
Okay, well then I'm going to take my. How many do I have? Oh, okay, I have plenty. I'm gonna take one of my greater healing potions.
Bonus action. So go ahead and give yourself whatever appropriate health you roll.
And how
is that
much
gonna-
is greater healing?
Greater healing is. Can you hand me my DM screen right there? You're taking a greater, is that right? Greater is 44 plus 4. Alright, so that's going to end your turn, right?
Yeah.
Alright, next up, Barag.
Alright.
You see all this go down, you see Kohl hit it, you see Terra hit it with the Amulet of the Deep and then flip off over by that sacrificial mound. So what do? You see, and the Mind Flayer is on one knee in front of you.
As a joke, I'm just gonna hold up both hands and go 10
Alright.
for the flip. But
Alright, I think I took some psychic damage.
No, so I'm actually going to use remove curse on Pukan.
Okay.
So I'm gonna lay my hands on him and hold my holy symbol and
So remove
the Hestia.
cursed. Is that a paladin skill or is that a spell?
It's a paladin spell.
Is it like in the spell part of the book or in paladin?
No, it's in the
Spells?
spells. 271,
I just have to read it.
bottom right hand corner.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
You're very good.
Some miracle, I actually turned right to it.
Okay. So this is gonna take one action. Verbal and somatic, so no problem. Touch, no problem. So how do you want to activate this spell? Is there anything in particular you want to do when you activate it?
I'm just gonna clutch my holy symbol. I pray to Hestia, and I'm just gonna just put my hand on his. Well, I wouldn't say shoulder because he's super tall, but his arm, and just pray to Hestia as hard as I can to remove whatever is afflicting him.
Okay. And you can feel the divine energy coursing through you, and you're infusing it into Pukan. But he just kind of looks down at you and growls, still drooling. Whatever is affecting him, the spell had no effect on.
Alright, I can try at least.
Oh, no worries. So, what do you want to do? You still got movement and a bonus action.
So, I'm going to bonus action. I believe Thunder Smite is a bonus action. If I remember correctly, I believe it is. I believe I can Thunder Smite as a bonus action. I have the page up here.
Trying to eviscerate everybody?
I know. He's not kidding.
He's like, you know what? This didn't work, so.
Yeah. Let me smite you. Yes, it's a bonus action.
Okay.
It's concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay, so I'm gonna action surge and bonus action. So I'm gonna bonus action to get Thunder Smite up, and then action surge to attack
Look
creature
at
behind
you. Look at you.
the.
Paladin fighter son of a bitch. Using your skills in concert with one another. Very good. Alright, so go ahead and you take your action surge.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take my
So,
action surge.
Take your attack.
And I'm going to attack the
Mind Flayer.
Mind flare behind me.
Go for it.
He's not stunned, right?
He's not stunned,
He's
but
not
he
stunned.
was affected by
Whatever.
the unconscious Elder Brain.
Okay.
A
Natural
natural
18.
18.
That is a hit.
So I'm gonna turn around and take a good smack at him, and that hits so. Thunder Smite. No. I got it.
This is going to be a lot of damage.
Woo! I can't wait for
I know.
280.
I know.
Aww.
All of a sudden, 7 more Mind Flayers come.
Dun dun dun!
Alright, so you do, you get to add an extra 2d6 on your damage of thunder damage.
Thunder damage, so 2d6 plus. What is it again for a single sword? It's d8, right? If I remember correctly.
Oh, for longsword?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
d8.
I'll tell you what it is right now.
It's been a while since I've had to.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Longsword is 1d8.
1d8.
It's a versatile weapon. You're using it with a shield, it's 1d8. If you're using it with two hands, it's 1d10.
Oh.
Just depends if you want to get rid of the shield or not.
Yeah. I can't. Not until I get some better armor. Okay. That's
Not bad.
not
11.
bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Plus
Plus your strength.
Strength mod. Which is
Which
fine.
is, so 16 total?
Yep.
Alright.
That marble dice, man.
Good. Beast.
Alright, so you hear this thunderous, this echoing sound explode from the bridge as Barag, almost in slow motion, you see your sword hit the mind flayer right in the arm. He's gonna have to make a strength save to stay on the bridge because it pushes him. The effect of Thunderous Smite also pushes him 10 feet away.
Yeah. Oh. Sweet.
So
Alright.
you know what? I will say he's not going to get pushed into the viscous fluid on the right because the way you're positioned, it would just push him back.
Yeah. Okay.
So let me go ahead and make that save. Natural fucking 1.
Oh.
Yay!
I hope he does fall in now.
So,
Well, technically, if you're swinging from this way, he could go.
but he's not. He's not. So he is right here.
Okay.
Son of a gun.
And
Yep.
he's prone.
And he's not prone. Yes.
Yeah.
So you would have advantage on a melee attack. You still have movement.
Except for that was my action surge, so I don't
Oh, that was your action surge. Okay,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
that's
have
right, that's right.
I
Okay.
don't have another attack, unfortunately. But I will take movement to get off of the bridge.
Okay, Pukan is going to take a...
That's what I was just thinking about.
An
I'm
attack
actually
of opportunity.
Not gonna do that.
You're not going to do that. Okay.
Not gonna do that for
Okay.
that reason.
Okay. Alright, next up is going... And that's going to end your turn?
Yes.
Brock?
I will end
That was a
my
good turn, dude. Daedalus.
That action surge.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You are in some acid.
Yeah, can you move me right next to Kohl? Like all the way you just didn't have to count. I think I can make it there.
30 is right here.
Okay, then as far as I know.
You're out.
Okay.
You're out right there.
And I'm going to once again cast Shatter, but on the other side of the
Go for it. Go for it.
On the other side. So that's DC 16.
It's con. Alright. I believe they have plus horrible
Plus
on their con. Plus horrible is the official stat. Fuck, man. 8. Alright, so he takes full damage. I'm not gonna roll. I know it's disadvantage, but he's already failed the roll, so.
Yeah. So let's roll all 6.
Go for it.
See here. Oh, that one moved. So we got
I gotta try that trick
an
this
8,
time.
2 6s.
Oh, this one moved.
Oh, there's a 20.
No,
No, I know. I'm kidding.
I moved it back to its lower number. It moved to a higher number. It's moved to 1. So let's see here. So that's 6, 6. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 damage.
Alright. 18 more points of damage to this stone edifice. And more cracks kind of spiderweb up toward the top. You see the light kind of pulsing from this stone construct sort of dim. It's taking some pretty serious damage. Is that gonna end your turn? You've taken movement, you've taken your action, right?
Yep. And that's it.
That's it. Alright. Next up, we have got Pukan. Pukan is going to move right here, and he's going to deliver a clothesline, like JBL style. And he's going to clothesline you right into the green, thick, viscous fluid.
I should have just taken the attack opportunity. That's why I wanted to get off the bridge. All
right.
Either way, I'm screwed. He could have attacked me then or attacked me now.
Natural 5. That's his first attack, though. He gets 2.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Second one does hit. That is a 23.
Hold on.
What's your armor class?
No, that is gonna hit.
Okay.
But there's something actually that I have not been able to use for a while because I didn't have a shield. But now that I have a shield, I can use it again. Oh no, never mind.
You are not going to be able to put your shield down in the green viscous fluid and use it as a surfboard, sir.
Oh,
not how shields work. I know what you were thinking.
That's no.
You were going to do Silver Surfer style, and it's just not going to play.
Yeah, I was going to.
Yeah, I know.
How'd you know?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Nah, it has to be a target other than myself, so.
Okay. All right, so I need you to make a strength save, please.
To stay on the bridge.
To stay on the bridge. You're going to take, before you do that, you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage from the melee attack.
9 points.
Let's make this a contested strength check. It's going to be his strength versus your strength. Just muscle against muscle as he's trying to clothesline you right off this bridge.
Fortitude.
All right, so I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll right in the green viscous fluid.
Okay. 15.
All right.
Come on, nat 20 me, baby. Nat 20!
Natural 20.
Yes.
You take the hit, but you are at the edge of the bridge, and you manage to remain on the bridge. But now you are both by the edge fighting.
Yeah.
And that is actually going to end Pukan's turn. Man, if you ever needed a natural 20 at any point, that was it.
Yes.
That was the time to roll it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, next up is... Gnong.
No.
Gnong?
Like, we don't even know
Okay,
what this
so-
guy is.
Just to kind of give you guys a little thing on rogues. They automatically get... Because that Mind Flare is prone, it's automatically a crit.
Oh,
And because he has advantage on any attack roll, he gets to add sneak attack plus assassinate.
oh my god. So he's just about to...
So unless he really, really fucks up this roll, it's gonna be a bad day for that Mind Flare. It's gonna be some sweet revenge right here for poor Gnong. Alright, so let's see. I got a sheet right here.
Automatically a crit. That is amazing.
It's an auto crit.
Yeah.
But he's got to hit him though.
I've only been able to do that one time.
Plus 10, that is 16.
Come on.
Armor class of 15.
Oh,
So he hit. So he hits. That means it's automatically a crit. So he gets to double the dice that he would normally roll.
oh Jesus.
So
Yeah. Rogues are
he
insane.
he does not have magic weapons like you do.
Aww.
But still, it's a lot.
Sneak attack, assassinate.
Yeah.
It's done.
If the Mind Flare survives this round,
I'll be very surprised. I think I've only been able to do this one time. And I don't know what battle it was, and it was like a million dice. I had to actually roll 2 times.
Can I get a d6? And he already used Fury of the Small. Otherwise, he would
Nice.
do Fury of the Small. He used it last game.
Yeah, that's right.
So.
Oh my god.
Look at that roll.
6, 6,
Jesus.
5, 5, 4, 1. Dang.
11, 15, 20, 4, 25,
Jesus.
29,
29?
33, 34, 35, 36, plus 5 because those decks. So
Jesus.
41 points of damage.
Anything even left
from
of the
Gnong.
mind flare?
No, he's got stuff in the tank. Don't worry.
Was it like one little
He's got
tentacle?
stuff for you. He's got stuff for you. Don't worry. All right, so he takes a massive 41 points of damage
You know what I just pictured?
as Gnong kind of sneaks around the stone column, now seeing the opportunity that has presented itself. He sneaks around the stone column and he just takes that knife, and you see him like run it right underneath the tentacles, right across the throat. The tentacles kind of get in the way and knock off a little bit of that blade, otherwise it would have gone all the way through. But you see a couple of the tentacles fall from that massive hit. This is an awesome D6, man. I love that D6.
That's what we really got from Tron, right?
And you just see this black blood kind of pouring out of its neck. So that's going to end Nong's amazing turn.
Dude,
Yeah.
destroyed it.
He had another round like that last game.
Oh.
Yeah, he had an amazing one. The one he used Fury of the Small on.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
like
yeah.
a 30-something damage. Alright, so next up are the bad guys. Guess what the Elder Brain gets to do?
Roll.
Roll to save against the stun. What's the DC on that?
17.
Natural 18.
It was good while it lasted, guys.
It was a brief
Yeah.
reprieve.
Yep.
Alright, so you see it kind of come alive. Thank you. Mind Flare is going to use half his movement to get up. Could you put Gnong right next to him?
Oh, yeah.
And it is going to wrap the remaining tentacles it has around Nong's throat.
No. No.
Boy, what's Nong's AC?
Or no.
It got him. All right, so you see the tentacles kind of wrap around Nong's throat as he's kind of, he himself is now being covered in that black blood, still kind of pouring from this flare's neck. He's going to take some damage though. He's going to take. – 27 points of damage for Gnong, and he's got to make a DC 17 intelligence check or be stunned. He's a dummy, and he's stunned until the end of the grapple. So you see almost an immediate response from Nong's attack. You see this rather larger Mind Flare get up, and the remaining tentacles it has wraps itself around Nong's neck and begins to pull him in towards his body as his arms kind of creep around Nong's shoulder. And you just see Nong's body starting to go limp. He still has his dagger in his hand, but you see his arms kind of like start to just go limp.
Actually, disadvantage on that.
Why is that?
Because protection on any other creature that I can see within so many feet of me, you will have to actually roll.
Go ahead and read that skill for me.
It is protection. Creature I can see attacks another target other than me within 5 feet of me. I can use my reaction and impose disadvantage on the attack.
Here we go. Let's do it.
I totally forgot that.
You son of a bitch.
Really?
It worked. It worked. So using your divine senses and sensing the impending danger that Gnong was in, you managed to curtail what truly was a horrible fate for Gnong. And yeah, so that is actually going to end his turn. Next, the Elder Brain does not take too kindly to young Terra Highhill.
Come on, man. He shot you.
Shot you. That's your defense?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You are still within his grasp, his tentacle grasp. You have not, you have not gotten out of the range of his tentacles.
Damn it.
Natural 20.
I'm dead, y'all. It was nice knowing everyone. Shit. Damn it.
You don't know that. Just remember, you get the half the damage too, so
Oh, that's true.
that could save your
I
life.
was gonna say I'm pretty close though.
Run away.
43 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you take 11 points of psychic damage. So 43 and 11 points of psychic damage. And you are considered grappled. So you can cut the one for 43 in half to 20, we'll say 21.
11?
Mm-hmm. Psychic.
Oh, God. Guys. Guys. Oh, guys.
Alright, yeah.
Guys.
Alright. So once again, Terra Highhill is in the grasp of this Elder Brain that is now reawakened. And you guys, all of you, instantly flare with this migraine as it comes back. And that is actually going to end its turn. We're back up at the top of the order, though, with Kohl.
Okay. I'm going to reload my main hand as an action, and then as bonus action, I'm going to take a greater healing potion.
Okay.
Which is 4d4?
44.
Plus 4.
No, you're not. Not yet.
Okay. Is that going to end your turn?
Yes, it will.
All right. Next up, do you want to take any movement?
No.
Okay. Next up, we've got Terra Highhill.
I'm trying to get out. Again.
Don't speak like that. Be positivo.
I'm gonna try and get out of the
Go for it.
grass.
It's a DC 15.
I know, but I think I keep thinking that there's something having to do with grappling.
Why do you
with
choose
rogues
when
that
it's your
I don't
turn
know.
to look it up?
'Cause I can't.
It's terrible. It's a terrible thing to do. If you're a player, look it up before your turn. Natural 1.
Halfling luck.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
18.
18 makes it. So you kind of use this creature's own mucus against it as you slide right out of its grip, right onto that, again, that stone ring that surrounds this Elder Brain. You're looking pretty rough, though.
Where is it? Where is it? Would disengage be considered my bonus action?
To
For rogue?
disengage? No, it would be an action. You could take a bonus action to use movement.
So I'm right here, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You know what? I think I'm gonna do it.
So you're gonna use your action to disengage, yes?
No, I'm gonna use my movement. I'm gonna still be technically in melee range, but just trust me. A little bit.
Last words.
Yeah,
So
Terra's
I'm
last
gonna,
words, trust me.
Trust me.
and I'm gonna activate my, where is it? Just had it. My Ring of Calamari, and use it directly onto the Elder Brain, which
Okay.
will cast the ability of darkness for 1d4 times per day.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and pull that spell up. And it's a 60-foot radius.
Okay.
No, 60 foot. I think it's a 15. 60 range, 15-foot radius.
Okay. So yeah, you can cast darkness
So I'm
and
gonna
cover not all of it though.
yeah, I'm gonna cover the front of it.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna cast it. Do
Alright.
I don't think I need to roll for it.
No, it just happens.
Okay. And then for 1d4, I think? Yeah. 4.
4 rounds.
4.
Okay, so you kind of shroud a portion of this brain in darkness. Still within its melee. Okay, is that going to end your turn?
And I'm going to take a greater healing potion.
Okay. Alright. Next up is Barag.
Alright.
Barag.
What do I want to do? I'm gonna take the attack of opportunity from Pukan, and I'm going to attack the.
Alright, so let me go ahead and do that attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't think he did. No, so 22?
Yeah.
22 is a hit. So as you run toward Gnong, quickly Pukan takes a swing at you with his war pick, and you take 9 points of piercing damage. But you are able to get out of his melee range.
Awesome. I'm actually gonna move off of the bridge in front of him, and I'm going to attack. I keep forgetting what it's called now.
Mind
Mind
Flayer?
The Mind Flayer. I'm gonna attack the Mind Flayer, and then my second attack is actually going to be to hit the bridge.
Ooh.
So first attack Mind Flayer, second attack is going to be to destroy the bridge.
I like it. I like it. All right.
So
Crafty son of a bitch.
that's why I was like, let me get off the bridge
All right.
right in front of the Mind Flayer.
All right.
Roll for the Mind Flayer. Natural 20. And guess what?
Thunderous Smite.
Thunderous
son of a bitch.
Smite! So
Go for it.
let me roll for that first one. I'm so very excited.
You get to roll double the amount of dice on Thunderous Smite,
Yes.
as well as your weapon. So it's Thunderous Smite is 3d6, right?
2, I think, right? I think
God, I
it's 2.
think it's. Why did I think? I think it's 3d6.
That was 3.
So it's 6d6 for Thunderous Smite.
Jesus Christ.
Let me just go ahead and verify, but I think it's 3d6.
2 Thunder Smite. Extra 2d6 Thunder dash.
2d6. All right.
Yeah.
So 46 for Thunder Smite,
Yep.
plus double the amount that you would roll for your weapon, your sword.
2d8.
I'm gonna need you to hold these for me, please.
So I don't drop those.
Oh my god.
16,
22.
22,
22.
plus your...
What's your
don't have
strength?
anything? Your
Plus
strength?
5.
So 27.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh my goodness.
It's awesome. That's an awesome hit.
That was beautiful. Hey man. The dice gods are blessing me tonight. And I'm gonna roll for the attack on the bridge now.
Okay, so here's how we're gonna do the bridge.
Okay.
This is my thinking anyway. Man, that Mind Flayer is looking really rough.
He's also got to make his strength save.
Yep. What's
or-
the save on that?
282. Let me check real quick. It is. It's just a strength. Just must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from me. Not correct.
Natural 2.
Ouch.
So he's pushed 10 feet away. I will say he's pushed right over Gnong. He's just like, yeah, there you go. Right at the edge of that green pool.
Oh, right here.
Yep,
Okay.
right there. And he is prone. He's knocked prone. So advantage on melee attacks for the next round. So
And he's got a rogue sitting right next to him.
yeah,
Just like the last round, he was
yeah,
knocked
pretty
prone
much. It's
too.
the same exact scenario. He keeps getting up, and you keep knocking him right down. So, and so this is how we're gonna do the bridge.
Okay.
The bridge is gonna have an armor class of 10.
Okay.
It's an old rickety bridge.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably sustained some damage already. And Goliaths are very, very heavy. I will give this bridge a health total of 18 points.
Okay.
Armor class is 10.
Okay.
You got a hit. 13. Armor class is 10, so that's a
Yeah,
hit. So
okay.
then roll your damage. So 2d6 for Thunder Smite.
It's only for the first.
Oh, that's right, right.
Unfortunately, I wish I could have that on there.
Mhm.
So it's just 1 d8
Plus your strength.
plus my strength.
Come on, baby, rolling 8.
Okay, so the bridge, let me get a health total for the bridge.
12 total with the +2 from my sword.
So you hit the bridge with your sword, a couple of planks pop off, and your sword is embedded deep into the wood. You see the bridge kind of like teeter to one side as Pukan kind of like grabs the edge of the bridge. It's almost like, think of it like a rope bridge. If you were to cut one rope, how the bridge would kind of tilt. Essentially, that's what's happening. So he kind of grabs the edge of the bridge. So is that gonna end your turn?
Bonus action actually to take one of my superior healing potions.
All right.
However,
Superior healing potions.
yeah,
That's gonna
instead
be
of
8d4 plus 8.
thank you.
Next up is gonna be Daedalus Hartwell, aka.
Hartwell the Magnificent.
So
I don't know why I feel like I have to say it every time I say it.
It's
Because he's magnificent.
it's a good name, right?
Yeah, it's a great
sounds
name.
very well.
So what do you got for me?
So I'm gonna use up my last spell slot so I can take out that. Hopefully end that stupid bullet.
All right. So you're using Shatter.
Shatter, same spot.
Go for it.
And all I have to do is hit the roll against my 16.
You've succeeded.
Yeah.
I rolled 30 points of healing on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we got 8, 8, and 8. 3 8s.
Oh my god.
Let's see, we got a 6, 2, and a 5. So it's 8 8s. It's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37.
37.
He says that was the biggest smile right now.
And then you? You know what this feels like?
That's gonna be the quote of the day, guys.
Again, as your shatter spell goes off, everybody's ears in the cavern begin to ring, and you see a big chunk. The top of this pillar of stone just explodes into dust. You still sense some sort of arcane activity that is still active, but it's greatly diminished. You can tell at least that much. Is that gonna end your turn?
Yes, it will.
Okay. Next up is Pukan. He is going to charge. I'm gonna drop my mic thing here. Hold on. Okay, he's gonna charge at. No, he's not. He's gonna go the other way. He's gonna dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. He has, you've thoroughly smashed him a few times. So,
He's like, nah.
Yeah. So, okay, so he's taking his dash, so he has no attack this round. So next up is Gnong. With a prone mind flare in front of him. So he gets advantage on the attack.
It's like he's sharpening
Because
his
he gets
knives.
advantage, he has assassinate.
It's like it's his birthday.
Yeah,
Right? It's his birthday.
natural 1 on the first attack.
Hold on.
But he has advantage, he has advantage.
I
Okay.
was seeing that.
Yeah. Natural 20.
And that might hit. I think that hit last time. I think that's what he rolled last time too. Hold on. 7 plus 10. 17.
Yeah.
That hits. So at this point, going through all that damage is arbitrary. So you see Gnong again just come from out of nowhere, get on the Mind Flayer's chest and just put his 2 tiny little goblin arms with this long dagger and just scream, "Ah! What he said! What he said!" And he just starts plunging the knife. You just hear the gurgle sounds coming from the Mind Flayer's throat. Blood just spattering into the green viscous fluid. The little tadpole-like creatures right at the edge waiting for the next meal as Gnong continues to just essentially turn him into goo. That's going to end Nong's turn.
That's beautiful right there.
Yeah, next up, the baddies
The
are
baddie.
going to... Well, there's 2 stone pillars, don't forget.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the
Yeah,
little stone
so-
pillars that Daedalus is trying to wreck.
Let's do the one next to you guys. I like those stone pillars too. They're
I'm
pretty
sure
cool.
you do.
I do. Thank you. Alright, so Kohl. Well, everybody there. It's gonna get hit with again acid rain. I need everybody to make a DC 14 Dex save, please.
And everybody's gonna be running next round.
This is
It's just a cloud of acid rain continues to just follow them through the whole thing. Yeah.
Instead of
Reminds me of like
footsteps,
Winnie
it's
the
acid
Pooh,
rain.
you know, like the little rain cloud that follows them everywhere.
15.
Yeah.
15. All right.
Little rain clouds are following them,
And
full of
just
acid.
I really want.
a little.
No, I want the guy who sings Chocolate Rain to sing Acid Rain. Acid Rain.
Only roll a 6.
6? Alright, so you're gonna take full damage on this. So 8.
Wasted an 8.
Yep.
My Phoenix guys.
So 15 points of acid damage, Daedalus. Kohl, you take 7 points of acid damage as you guys are hit with this acid. And that is going to end that one's turn. So then the next pillar is going to be aimed at... Yeah, he can see Terra. Terra. Acid Rain. I keep rolling Acid Rain for the effect. DC 14. Oh, hold on. Yes, DC 14.
Natural 15.
Natural 15. Alright, you're gonna take half of this.
Does she get half of that? Like halfway left? Or half whatever it is?
No.
Nope.
Ah, you can't have
No,
it.
half of
21. So you take 10 points of acid damage.
No uncanny dodge.
Nope. It doesn't work on this.
Not.
Oh no, hold on. Is it An area effect?
I believe it is.
Oh,
for Uncanny
hello.
Dodge. Well, you know what? Then you've been using it wrong this whole time.
No, it's a different ability.
What ability is it?
This Uncanny Dodge is one ability. This one is a different one. This one is Evasion.
Evasion, that's right. You have evasion, yes? So you take 5 points of acid damage.
Dang, look at that.
Yeah, that's what evasion is.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if
Well,
well,
I need to
no.
make a dexterity saving throw
If you make it,
if
you
I
take
make
no
it,
damage.
I take no damage at all.
So did you make it?
I
About to find out.
am about
All
to
right,
find
let's
out.
let's do it. You made it.
16.
So you see the cloud forming, and you know you have the wherewithal to get out of the way, and you take no damage on that acid rain.
Do I move at all, or does it?
Hold on, let me do. So this is going to be 3 rounds for Daedalus and Kohl. It's going to be 4 rounds for you. So I would say, because of the nature of evasion, you would have to move out of the way. So yeah, I would say you moved out of the way of the acid rain. Sure.
So probably by 5 feet.
It's a 40-foot radius.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how far you move.
No, you're not going to move all the way
Yeah.
out.
So like probably.
So yeah,
Okay.
good there.
Tuck and roll.
You'll just have to make another roll in the next round, and then use your movement to get out.
Tuck and roll.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, next up is the Elder Brain. Oh man, Terra. Just refuse to leave that spot.
I can't leave the spot.
Yay. Never mind.
Will you stop it?
All right, so
Supposedly it can't save the whole round.
Oh yeah, it's covered in darkness, so I can't see.
And that's the nature of the
Elder
spell.
Brains do not have eyes.
Yeah, I was about to say, but he's
I've done.
he's a brain.
I know that. I already fucked up. I already know that.
I didn't say it. I was wondering.
I'm dead in the water at this point.
He would have been able to sense you even. Yeah.
All right, so let's do.
Don't worry, you'll be taken care of.
I'm like
Okay.
that beta fish you forgot.
Everybody on the board within 120 feet of the Elder Brain.
Pretty much everybody. Dang, man.
I need everybody. It's gonna take a legendary action. It's got 3, so everybody's gonna take 3d6 psychic damage.
Remember, you get the half that.
And you see kind of like stone and even that viscous fluid kind of like raise up off the ground like a ½ inch. And then you get hit with a pulse of psychic energy. You take 11 points of psychic damage. So everybody mark 11 points.
Half that would be 6 or 5.
Well, remember you've already used
Oh,
that
that's right. So,
this round.
that's right. That's right.
No, you used evasion. You didn't use uncanny dodge though.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
She used evasion.
You're right. Okay. And that is legendary actions. They'd still get their regular turn too, right? The legendary action. I'll look that up after. For the sake of the game, I'll say no. But I kind of think that they do. They get a legendary action. on
That's
top
not
of-
something I recall hearing about, but it doesn't mean it's not.
Yeah. All right. So that is going to be its turn. Next up, Kohl. You are drenched in acid.
Okay, and how far does
And-
that cloud extend in each?
It's actually going more towards where Terra is.
Okay.
Like, so the focal point would be to your left.
Okay.
So basically north on the map, and it's just enough to get Daedalus in the effect.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I can move through Daedalus because he's friendly.
Yes, you can.
So I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna take the attack of opportunity
Okay.
from this guy and settle right there.
Right. Okay, so let's go ahead and resolve the attack of opportunity really quick. 18? 18?
Yes, it does.
It does hit. Alright, so you're going to take a little bit of damage. You're going to take 8 points of piercing damage as he swings with his war pick as you run past him.
Okay. So I'm going to take that blow and spin around, and completely ignoring him, I'm just going to keep my eyes on the brain and take 3 shots. Just boom, boom.
Right at the brain?
Right at the brain.
All right.
1 violent shot, which is my last grit point. So
Hopefully you roll on that 20 to get a grit point back.
yeah, I know.
I don't think that's happened for you yet, huh?
I think it has maybe once. Not
Really?
much, though.
It doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
You don't roll a lot in that 20s.
No. This will be a good
Man.
time, but
He needs to pray over his dice some more.
You know what? I'm pulling for you. I hope you get this nat 20.
Thank you.
I'm pulling for you.
thank you. Okay,
Do it.
so that first one is 16.
That's a hit.
That's gonna be 30.
30. That's a hit. Is this the violent shot, or was it
Violent shots like last time. I don't know.
All right. I'm pulling for you.
Okay.
I want this to happen for you.
24.
24.
So I'll take
All
the
right.
take the hit at least.
All right, 3 hits. Okay, that's good.
So it's gonna be 4d4 or 4d8 total.
Break out the abacus.
9, so it's 19 plus 21, so that's 40 points of damage.
40. 40.
Yes.
Holy mother of goodness gracious, great bonafide.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to take another greater healing potion.
Okay.
And that one my turn.
All right. Good turn. As your 3 shots find purchase, that violent shot seems especially bloody as you see just this wave of blood from the front of the brain. You see the bullet go into a patch of darkness and disappear, and then you see the blood pop out from the top of the darkness. All right, so that is going to end your turn?
Yes.
All right. Next up is going to be Terra.
And disengage with dash. Bye.
There she is.
Bye, y'all.
She's finally come to play. A little strategery. Okay.
I'm gonna just sit there. I'm literally just gonna sit there and contemplate my life decisions right now.
Sure. That makes sense to me. Where do I see myself in 5 years?
Dead. I see myself dead.
About 5 minutes.
Is that
5 seconds. I'm willing to bet 5 seconds from now.
is that gonna end your turn?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm done.
All right. Barag, you're up. That was smart.
I'm sitting in the
Finally.
fetal position right now.
Oh my god. Gonna dash. So
Everybody's dashing.
60 feet.
All right.
I'm
All right.
cool with that.
Okay. Telling you now.
Uh-huh.
The bridge is very compromised. You are dashing.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
No.
30.
Oh, you've committed to the dash.
Yep.
So I'm going to say that you need to make a dexterity save on the bridge. Again, remember as I described the last round, like a rope bridge, it's literally lopsided.
I forgot about that.
So you're taking a full dash.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be an 18 acrobatics check to stay on the bridge as you're running across it as fast as you can.
Yeah.
In heavy armor.
Oh, well, good thing you have a.
Go for it.
I specialize in that. Thank God. Nope.
No? All right, so as you are running...
Any inspiration? None?
Actually, yeah, I'll use an inspiration.
All right.
Like, bro, like,
I'll
come
just
on.
take it. I'll take it lying down.
All right.
Doesn't mean it's natural.
Natural 20.
Thank you.
Man, dude, you are lucky. All
I
right,
was like, that's the wrong time not to use your inspiration.
so as you're running
Yes.
across full dash, the bridge, which was already compromised as you set foot on it,
Yeah.
it breaks, and you're literally now on the very edge of the bridge. The bridge was flat like this, it was horizontal. Now it's vertical, and you're running on about 2 inches worth of wood as fast as you can, but you managed to make it across. So go ahead and finish taking your movement.
That's miracles right there.
So 60 feet, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think
So now you're next to Kohl.
these are like what? 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 of them are 1 inch, or 5. 2 of them
So
60 feet. Okay.
yeah. That's it.
And is that gonna end your turn?
Bonus action to take a greater healing potion.
All right.
4d4 plus 4, right?
That's it.
Awesome.
So you pop the cork quickly. You guzzle the magic fluid. And
9, 10, 11.
is that gonna end your turn?
12, 13, 14, 15. Yes.
Okay.
That'll end my
Daedalus, you're up. Being drenched in acid rain. You're at the very edge of the magical effect.
Yeah, so I'm going to disengage to get around him because I am sitting within his range. And I'm going to move around him, and then I'm going to move past Barag and kind of end up. See, how's he? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm going to jump just to the other side of Barag.
Okay.
So
So somebody can move Daedalus to the other side of
right
Barag.
there, and that was an action.
Yes.
So,
Yes, because you
And-
disengaged. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm going to just take. I have a superior, so I'm going to be taking that and call that a turn.
Okay. Kudos on the smart play, guys. You guys are playing smart. I like it. All right. Is that gonna end your turn?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Pukan.
superior is 80.
Superior is 88 plus. No, 84 plus 8.
Okay, so
84 plus 8.
4.
Pukan is going to turn around. And he's going to take 2 attacks, one on Barag and one on Kohl. So first one on Barag.
92. Thank you.
It's my goal.
Oh, by the way, we need to do concentration checks for when you took damage.
Yes. So now I'm.
So
It is the first time I've taken damage since.
Yes, yes it is.
Since I think since I did Thunder Smite.
So 18. So Barag, we've got 28.
Yeah.
So 9 points of piercing damage as his war pick hits you right in the shoulder.
Flesh wound.
Yeah, it doesn't penetrate very deeply, but it penetrates. Man, that's a terrible roll. 14 for Kohl.
That does not hit.
That does not hit, so you kind of parry the war pick attack as you see it coming. That is going to end his turn, but not.
Concentration check.
Yes.
I don't know.
This one is yours, right? Or no, this one. This
So
one and this orange one, right?
Yeah.
What about the?
Hold on. Let me finish Gnong's turn now. So go ahead and look up concentration check in the player's handbook. Real quick.
I will. Yes, sir.
So I'm thinking, what would Gnong do? Would he go right for the brain? And I don't think. No, he would not. Not in the condition that he's in. And he's not gonna traverse that rickety ass bridge that Barag almost broke.
Just like.
Yeah. So I think he's gonna stay put and do a stealth check. Okay. Whatever that was worth. And he's gonna stay put. For now. So that's gonna be Gnong's turn. Next up. We've got the statues. Okay, first one. Finally, something different.
No acid rain.
No, not this time, thankfully. We do have a noxious cloud headed to you guys.
Well,
However, so I need everybody, including Pukan, to make a DC 14 con save, please.
not me, right?
Everybody.
No, just everybody near Barag.
Oh, okay.
Kind of clumped in that.
Jared's like, everybody.
Everybody's gotta do. What do I
You
gotta
go
do?
down with
You need to make a 14 con save.
13.
Hold on. Yeah, 14 on the notes.
14? Okay. So whoever did not make their con save takes 20 points of poison damage. So put this around Daedalus. You're considered poisoned and blinded
Oh, Jesus.
until the start of your next turn. But both Barag and Kohl managed to fight off those effects, so you guys take half that damage. You take 10 points each
Okay.
of poison damage.
So I need to do 2 con checks against the damage I took from Pukan and the damage I just took now.
Yes. please.
So, what do I have to beat though?
I will say, what was the damage that you took?
I took 9 from Pukan and I just took 10 from the stone.
I believe it's half that damage, right, for saves? I believe it's half the damage.
Damage. Okay.
So 5 and 5.
Yes. So I have to do 5.
What,
Right.
What's your con mod?
Plus 5.
You make it by default.
Yeah.
So the damage from
Okay.
this from the poison cloud was how much?
It was 10, but for a save, I believe it's half the damage.
Right.
So, which would be 5, and he makes it by default. So, same thing with the other damage that he took. So, all right. So you managed to keep your thunderous smite on your weapon. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yep. All right. So that is actually going to be 1, and so the second stone. Another noxious cloud. Not on you. It doesn't see you. I think you guys are gonna get hit again.
Oh.
So con saves, please. 14.
Oh yeah, I made it. 11 plus 5.
8.
8.
No, it's caught. 3.
All right. So you are considered poisoned.
Over here.
8. Okay, and you guys take 11 points of poison damage, or 5 points if you made your con save.
So 5.
So you're taking 5.
Yeah.
Automatically, you make your save because your con mod is plus 5. All right. So now you are considered blinded until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So and now
Do I
we
get like double everything? Do I get like double the?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't stack like that.
Oh,
No.
thank the Lord.
No. It doesn't stack like that.
Even though last time I was blinded, I still hit him.
Now, if it were two different effects, then yeah, you would suffer from two different effects. But that's not the case in this case. All right. So next we are going to have the Elder Brain, and he is going to do. 45, 50, 55. You lucky fucks. His range is 60, and you guys are just out of his range. Woo! So yeah, so he can't do Mind Blast. I'm gonna save the because he only gets 3 legendary actions, so I'm gonna save the 2 he has remaining. So yeah, that's actually going to end his turn. Alright, so next up is Kohl.
Okay, so I'm blinded,
You are blinded and you are in this cloud.
and how tall is this room?
It's pretty tall.
Okay. As far as regular movement while blinded, how does that mechanically, or does it not work?
No, I would say that you'd have to make... I would say you would be able to take your movement as normal. I would say it would be an intelligence check. No. Let's make this just a perception roll, a straight perception roll. That way you don't fall into the green viscous fluid. The DC is going to be a difficulty of 18, but not a disadvantage.
Okay, one other question.
Sure.
When we came in the room, like thus far, and I haven't rolled perception or anything for it, but as far as like the height of the room, the ceiling, the walls, are there any, did I notice any like obvious like hazards as far as like things sticking out of the wall?
I mean,
or, like...
there's stalagmites and stalactites, which are just, they're normal in these sorts of giant caves. There's the normal wildlife that you would expect to see. There's clusters of bats and things like that, but that would be about it.
Okay. One last thing.
Sure.
I know I'm blind. What are the chances that if I felt around in my pack that I have 2 potions in my pack right now. Neither of them are healing potions. One is the potion of enlargement, and one is the flying potion.
Yes.
What are the chances that I could recognize the flying potion if I just grabbed for it in my pack?
I'll say this. This is what we'll do. I will say you'd be able to distinguish a regular healing potion against a specialty potion.
Okay.
Normally in different shaped flasks, because they are specialty potions. You've got 2 of them. We'll roll a percentile die, you pop the cork, and you drink it. The percentile die determines what potion you drink.
Okay. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So,
I'm going for the flying potion, by the way.
okay. All right. So 1 through 5 is flying potion. 6 through 10 is the enlargement shrinking potion.
Okay, yeah. And then, so as far as the enlargement or shrinking, is that also like a percentile roll? To
I
determine the
believe
effect?
it's just like the spell. The spell. What am I going through puberty again? The spell. Hello. Hold on. Let me look that up really quick.
This is not where I thought I would be using the flying potion.
Listen, you're blind.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'm blind. I'm surrounded by damage and hazards, and
I think everything can go wrong.
All right. So you can grow larger or smaller for up to 1 minute. You can choose to either carry a creature or an object that is neither worn nor carried. if the target is willing, it can make a con saving throw. On a success, the spell has no effect. Everything you're wearing obviously enlarges in size as well. So I'm guessing you can choose.
Okay.
It says enlarge or reduce, but it doesn't.
Okay.
So if you choose that one, you'll be able to.
Okay.
So 1 through 5 is enlargement, right? Is that what we said, or flying? Flying.
Flying. Yeah.
And 6 to 10 is enlargement.
Okay.
Or shrinking.
Yeah.
So, or reduce rather. So go ahead and make. I'll just make the roll.
Yeah.
Percentile. 5.
Okay.
So you take a flask, you pop the cork, and you're like, fuck it, and you just drink it, and you are floating above the ground now.
Okay.
And you've never flown before, except on the back of a dragon. So now you're kind of like, whoa, whoa.
Okay. Now, what I'd like to do, if I can, is... Does it say what my flying speed is?
I would say it's your movement speed.
It's 30.
Yeah, it would be your movement speed, but you have the option of going horizontally instead of just vertically. Or vertically instead of just horizontally, rather.
So I'd like to raise myself up while I'm blind. I mean, to the extent that I can know.
Oh! I stand corrected, 60 feet.
Okay.
60 feet.
And the cloud is
Up to 10 minutes.
but the reach of the cloud is
Are you asking me, could you fly above it?
right, like fly, like rise up out of its.
Make a
26.
There was... So, you've got rock edifices that are essentially spears coming down from the ceiling, right? But this acid cloud is definitely not coming from the very top. There is a space where you would be above it.
Okay. That's what I'm aiming for, is to get above the cloud, and I would say if I have enough movement after that to get like over in this direction, like right against the wall, even if I could like use the wall to like kind of feel my way a little bit and get some sense of orientation.
So what we'll do first before you move, because you do get to make another con save at the start of your turn. So go ahead and make that con save. 14.
It's 2. I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Go for it. Go for it. It's a good spot to use it.
Yeah. So I look down. I'm like, I have 3 inspirations.
yeah. They're not like comic books. They don't get better, more valuable the longer you keep them. So what'd you roll?
Still no good. 12.
All right. So yeah, you are still blind, but you can definitely feel the edge of the cave as you start to float up. You grab the edge of the wall of the cave with 2 hands, and you're essentially Spider-Manning this thing without having to use your feet.
Okay. So I'd just like to do that and get like right there, however many feet in the air, just would have put me above that cloud.
Okay. So, yeah. Easy enough. You're able to do that.
Okay. That's gonna end my turn.
All right. Yeah. Taking that potion was an action. So.
Yeah.
Is that actually no? It's a bonus action if you take a potion.
Oh, that's right.
If you give it to somebody, it's an action.
Right.
So you still have an action.
Yeah.
Daedalus.
So, being blind and trying to aim
Firearms. What could go wrong? What could possibly happen here?
Oh yeah.
You would just roll attacks at this event.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, there we go. Go for it.
I'm gonna roll a shot at the brain, of course.
Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah. The question, I have 2 bullets in my gun right now. The question is, do I make both attacks? And I'm gonna say the answer is yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make both. Just boom, boom.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if he rolls a one,
Remember, disadvantage. So
Yes.
you roll twice, you take the lower of the two.
Yes. Okay. 22
22
for the
hits.
first one.
22 at disadvantage.
For the second one.
You
For the
roll
second
low.
one. It's the same. 26.
Yeah, both hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
that
so
face. That
A
should
blind Kohl knocking it out
be. You
of
know
the
what? Two of
ballpark.
his players have been blind,
uh,
and then two of his
15,
players have hit.
27 damage
27.
Jesus.
For both or just the one?
together.
Together. Okay. Awesome. So, blinded, and you see him kind of floating in the air above this cloud, just taking shots and poof, poof, hit the Elder Brain.
It's getting
You
weird.
said 27, right?
Yes. Yeah, nice.
Right.
Time to go down.
That's gonna end your turn?
Yes.
I did not think I would be looking up fly in the book today.
Me neither.
But here we are.
Me neither.
Alright,
Blindly.
yeah. Terra.
I'm still sitting there, but I'm gonna pop a healing potion as my bonus action, and then I'm gonna use for my regular action, cure wounds.
Alright, so go ahead and do all that. That's gonna take your turn.
Again, regretting my life decisions.
Alright. Barag.
Aye.
As Terra is having an internal monologue with herself, what do you do?
Gonna take 10 feet of movement to be next to the pillar.
Yeah,
Is this-
ice stinging, but still not, you're not blind, but
Yeah.
ice stinging. You see Kohl fly in the air and take a couple of shots, and you kind of look up, and he's kind of floating in the air.
I don't think this can get any weirder now.
I'll
Yeah.
explain this later.
A floating tiefling flying, shooting blindly.
Sure. So what are you doing?
So I'm within melee range of the pillar
Sure.
and
Pukan?
Pukan, right?
Right.
Is this pillar still up?
It's heavily damaged.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take one attack each, one on Pukan, one on the pillar.
Okay, so first one on Pukan, yes?
Yes.
Alright, so go ahead and roll.
Superior is 8, right?
Yeah, 8.
8d4 plus 8.
Okay.
Yes.
That's my last one.
Nat 20 on Pukan with Thunderous Smite. That
You're gonna kill us.
I'm hoping just to knock him unconscious and
Alright,
this will.
go ahead and roll double damage, or double dice on the damage.
Oh my god. Yeah.
This is like the second nat 20 you've rolled tonight.
That's like
It's
the
actually-
fourth.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm rolling a ton of them tonight.
This is new dice, man.
It's destroying. And 2d8, yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27 total points of damage for the...
Do you add your strength modifier?
Yes, and the plus 2 from my sword. So that's on Pukan, and I'm rolling to attack the pillar now.
Alright, go for it.
Modified 22.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
So yeah, 1.
You're using your sword.
Yes. Yeah. My sword. 9.
9 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay, it has resistance to, so it's half.
Oh yeah. Pukan's gonna roll.
That's right. Alright, he's pushed.
So 10, and he's not prone.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm thinking at the angle that Barag is at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
By Pukan. Because
So,
I kind of, yeah.
so at that angle
Mhm.
and where he was,
Yeah.
that the green viscous fluid is right behind him. And as you hit him with thunderous smite, you hear the explosion. You see kind of like ripples, almost like that oldie-timey video of the guy catching that cannonball in his stomach.
Yeah.
You just see kind of like Pukan kind of get blown back and into that green viscous fluid, and you just see this frenzy, almost like sardines at the surface of water, like a whole school of them. You just see like a school of these tadpole-like creatures just attacking Pukan.
Good job, Paladin.
Hey, man, he was trying to kill us all. I'm just saying.
Because that's the excuse.
Wow.
No one else was trying to do nothing.
So, and you see him, he's being ripped to shreds right in front of you. Okay. Alright. Is that gonna end your turn, Barag? You can take move and jump in after him if you'd like. I love that he's considering it. I'm joking.
The horrible part is the paladin in me is considering it.
That is... You're not wrong.
Now it's also like the paladin in me is like, I just screwed up.
You
know
have
what?
something that I gave you.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You have something that I gave you. That
Living rigging.
You left it on the floor, remember? You didn't pack it because it would take an action. So you dropped it, but you dropped it right there. She handed it off to you.
Oh yeah, I remember I used
Because
it.
it was wrapped around that.
The pillar.
So it's on the floor in front of you.
Take an action, pick it up though.
It would take an action to wield it. I would say to pick it up and wield it, it would take an action.
Okay.
It's supposed to, when you throw it at anything, it's supposed to hold you.
Pull it towards you.
Towards you.
So I'm actually just gonna. So I need an action to pick it up, right?
Right.
Okay. So of course, then I will end my turn then.
Okay. Good turn, though. Good turn. All right. So next up.
There's two other people right next to me that can pick up the living rigging as well.
Well, in all fairness, Kohl can't.
Oh, well, yeah. Cause
And in all fairness,
well, in all fairness,
another person is.
if we got a
also
flying Kohl, why doesn't flying Kohl just go pick up?
He's deep in there, bruh.
Alright.
He is knee deep.
Daedalus, you're up.
Okay, so how big is this noxious cloud? How far does it extend?
The noxious cloud extends to a 20-foot sphere. It's a 20-foot sphere. Kohl is above this sphere of 20-foot noxious cloud. Oh, right, no, this is acid rain. Acid rain.
No, it was not.
No, it was noxious cloud. Go ahead.
He's done acid rain.
I know, dude. I know.
So I'm gonna walk to over there. That should be outside of this range.
Yep.
No, not right there. Out of that, because it's 20.
It's a 20-foot sphere.
Okay, so it would be over here somewhere.
No, I want to
No,
walk over
it's-
there, but I want to walk past that because I'm still in it. When if I'm sitting 20 feet,
Just move him. Move
move
there you
it.
go.
30.
30. Yeah, there you go.
There.
That should
I
be
heard
out.
20. I'm like, what?
Yeah. So you're out. Yes.
Just say 30 next time.
Alright,
Very
so what do you do?
simple.
So I'm gonna aim 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Oh,
Stone.
shit.
That stone is ticking me off.
Alright, go for it.
So 3 Eldritch Blasts. That stone.
No, no one knows. Jared. There's acid, bro. Who's gonna go after that?
Dimension door!
I'm out of spell slots. I used them all on Shatter to get rid of the pillar.
Alright, so go ahead.
Oh, so not
So
let me...
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I rolled 12 for the first one.
Unfortunately, that misses.
We're trying to fix your mistake, dude. Again.
See, 18.
That hits.
And then for the last one, No, it's a
Just
cot.
not attack the guy that's gonna kill all of you. Very
No,
smart.
that's only 10.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage on the one that you did get.
So that's a D10.
I want 3 McChickens for this.
So
That's a good
I
t-shirt.
do. So I do 4 damage,
Okay.
and it's gonna be like.
Well, no, you get to add your modifier. Don't
modifiers.
Yeah. So charisma mods. It's gonna be 9.
forget. Okay.
And
Describe
I'm
your moment of victory.
Ooh. So I'm gonna. So what I need to do is I'm going to summon all my arcane energy and make something akin to a jackhammer and bring it down right on top of the
All right, I like it. I like it. All right.
All
So
the way
you
down.
jackhammer that stone. That has been like your nemesis. That's your Joker. Is a stone. All right, and you destroy it.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. That's gonna end your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna take I have a common potion here. I'm gonna be taking that.
All right. Common potion. I believe it's 2d. No, it's just the yes, 2d4 plus 6. All right. Next up, it's Pukan. It's going to try to get out.
Please get out, Pukan.
Get out.
He wants to be able to sleep at night.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Helen, he's being attacked. He's being literally eaten alive.
Alive.
So I get a whopping 6 health back.
DC on this is going to be 20. 20 at disadvantage. Natural 4. Should I roll the second one? Natural 6. So you see him, and he's looking at you, Barag,
Yeah.
with hate, malice in his eyes. But you see the flesh is being stripped from his bones as he's trying to make his way to the shore. And he's looking right at your your eyes lock as you see him being eaten alive. All right, but that's gonna end his turn.
Aren't his eyes all like white and stuff?
So Gnong is going to try to make it across the bridge, the damaged bridge.
Oh,
If he falls in 2, that's good.
Don't do it.
Because he sees what's happening,
Yeah.
he wants to try to save him, and he's not going anywhere near the brain.
Don't do it.
So he does not see any choice in the matter.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make his acrobatics check.
He's a rogue though, so
It's a rogue.
Pretty good,
The
right?
DC is 18.
No, but I'll kill 2 people tonight.
You did not kill 2 people tonight.
Oh,
As
thank God.
deftly, he manages to follow your path literally on 2 inches of wood right across this green viscous fluid to the other side.
Thank God.
But he's staying right there. He's not going into the acid rain cloud.
Yeah.
And that will be his turn. All right, next up is the stone and the elder brain. So stone. Finally, something different. Mutant plants. All right, so Barag. I need you to make a DC 14 death save, or death save. Sorry.
Save.
Strength
kill me,
save.
I have
No,
to-
strength save. Strength save. As you see these plants break that bedrock of the cave and kind of wrap themselves around your legs.
Natural 19.
All right. Easy enough. You are able to not be restrained. You are not entangled. As you're able to kind of chop them with your sword. That is going to be the pillar. Now the elder brain is going to... Daedalus is within range. Daedalus is within range for a mind blast.
You do?
A mind blast. So I need you to make a DC 18 intelligence save, please.
I have them and then I'll get right there. And then I have them, my action and then my bonus
it's a 2.
2.
He's heavy though.
The living rigging.
We'll do the
Whole
work.
stuff to
Okay,
you.
okay. You'll do all the work. I give it.
Adoy.
Okay, so you are going to take 37 points of psychic damage.
I'm down.
Okay.
So I'm currently at 0.
All right, you're at 0. Death saves for Daedalus.
This could be it, folks.
So you just see blood just explode out of his ears, his eyes, his nose. You see Daedalus fall down to one knee and then fall completely unconscious. No movement from Daedalus Hartwell, aka Hartwell the Magnificent. All right, and that is going to end the Elder Brain's turn. Question for the group. Griffin.
He's with Knox.
All right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, I left
Make sure. Okay,
him
gotcha.
outside with,
The animals are outside except for the rock.
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right.
The rock's still there.
Next up is Kohl.
Okay. Do I get another save?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
At the start of your next turn, so you do get a save right now.
14
Since it is
con.
your next con save. Yeah, 14.
17.
All right. So you manage to wipe out the noxious acid from your eyes.
Take the thing off.
And I'm just going to
Poison, right? Just poison.
Yeah.
reload my main hand.
Okay.
And my turn.
Do you want to take any movement?
No.
Okay. All right. So let's see. We've got Terra, High Hill.
Okay.
Miss High Hill.
So here, I'll use part of my movement here. I'll cast for my second slot. I'll cast Cure Wounds. Dude, you're running me out of potions.
Well, it's not a potion; it's a spell.
Well, no, I mean, I have one greater healing and then I have two regular. My superior's gone.
Okay.
This is my last greater, and I have two regular.
Okay. So this is your second spell slot you've used, yes?
Yes, so that's going to be my action. My bonus action is going to be to give him the healing potion.
That would be an action.
Is that an action?
That's an action. If you're gonna drink it yourself, that's a bonus action.
Okay, so never mind. I will give him the potion because he can get more out of that than I.
So you've got to feed it to him.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
So you're gonna feed him the potion.
Yes.
All right. So what? It's a common. Is that what you said?
No,
Or greater?
That's 4d4 plus 4.
There you go. So you take 44.
Oh, you are lucky, dude.
Dude,
12,
15.
14, 15, 19.
So 19 points of health. As your vision momentarily goes black, it focuses now, and you see Terra High Hill with an empty flask of magic potion just standing right above you. 19 points of health. All right, so that's gonna end your turn. Or you want to take more movement? Or? You still have movement.
You know what? Shit. You know what? No, I'll stay there. I'm thinking about it first. Hold on. No, shit. No, you know what?
Don't walk towards the light.
Going back to the
All right,
Nope.
Barag,
No,
you're up.
stay.
I think you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick up the living room.
Listen, I never have any clue what you're going to do.
It's true. Very true. Very true. But I'm gonna pick up the living rigging and I'm going to command it to lash out and try to get Pukan.
Okay. So that's an action.
Yeah.
All right. So you use it, and then the living rigging, this living piece of rope, quickly wraps itself around Pukan's torso
Yeah.
and pulls him completely out of that green viscous fluid. But he is torn to shit.
Not dead, I hope.
He's not dead, but
he's
he's rough.
Okay.
He's got one eye's completely missing.
Doesn't it grapple him, the living writing? Or could you?
What? I mean, he's out on the thing. What else do you want me to do?
I mean, technically, he's still kind of.
Well, yeah. That thing
So
still
you want to
have
use the living? Well, who has the card for the living room?
I have it right here.
Like you could command it technically, I think. Or is it just for pulling?
It just says.
I think it's just for pulling.
It says the user can direct or rope the lash out of the creature within 30 feet of it that the user can see, and that's it.
You know what? I would say yeah. That would be a grapple.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say you can grapple him.
I will grapple him then.
Okay. And I would say he's in no position to resist.
So it's just like,
So
good.
yeah, he wants out. All right, so you have him there.
Okay.
Grapple.
So I'm gonna keep him there.
Not prone. Grapple.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
he's standing, but he's grappled.
is that gonna end your turn, Barag?
Bonus action to do second wind to get me some more health.
Nice. Fighter.
Yeah.
Daedalus.
Stuff, and then I'll end my turn.
So I'm gonna go join Terra over in a hidey hole.
You guys are gonna open a condo in the corner there behind the
We're playing rock,
mushroom?
paper, scissors to see
Sure.
who's actually gonna go out there.
All right.
But
Makes sense.
after that, I'm gonna aim 3 Eldritch Blasts at the brain itself.
Look at you son of a bitch.
Why are you drawing attention
Go
to
for it.
this? Why? I found my
Go for
hiding
it.
spot.
So let's see here. What's the?
I can't tell you what the armor class is. I know that's what he was gonna ask me.
And 18 plus 8.
That hits.
Oh, natural 20.
On the second one.
All right, that
And-
definitely hits.
And the final one's a 14 plus 8.
Damn. So go ahead and roll the first the damage for the first attack.
So first attack. Oh, it's a 2 plus 5, so 7.
Okay. So
And here's the second one. This is a 20. So I get to roll 2
so you
of
get
these.
yep.
10.
I rolled, is that a 6 or a 9?
That is a 9.
Okay, so I rolled 2 9s.
Boy.
So
Plus
9, so that's
18
18
plus
plus
5.
5.
All right, so 23.
And then the
It's
final
30
one
right now.
is a 3 plus 5. So that's
38.
Ow.
So quickly, Daedalus Hartwell. You hit
and
all
just
3
to be-
times.
Just to be funny, it's gonna be ice.
Okay.
Brain freeze.
All right.
Oh my god. Brain freeze.
Brain freeze. Take an inspiration.
You have
Take an
entertained the
inspiration.
DM, thus you get an
That was
inspiration.
brilliant.
Brain freeze.
Fucking A. I love it. All right, so you brain freeze the Elder Brain. And you're chipping away. All right, so is that going to end your turn?
Yes, it will.
All right, next up is going to be Pukan, who is looking at you, and he's going to try to break the ground. 16. Yes, he breaks the grapple.
Okay.
And that is actually going to be his action. So that is going to end his turn. Next up is Gnong, who is going to go. He's going to move right next to you, Barag.
Right there.
Not behind you, next to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Perfect. Not bad. Weird.
All right. Gnong, with a tear in his eye, takes his blade out, and you just hear him whisper meekly what he said. And he attacks, and he hits. And he actually gets sneak attack damage because you're in melee.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. Oh man.
I tried to save him, but
Yeah, I tried to save him. His compatriot's doing it now. I was about to heal him next round too. So much for that. Oh, poor dang. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Dang. I just felt my heart like hurting right now. It's Barag like, oh god, he's doing it. He's really doing it.
23. 28 points of damage. So you see what he said, Gnong, kind of almost sneak up on you. Like it was alarming how quietly he is just standing there next to you, and you hear him, what he said. And then you just see that single tear roll from his goblin cheek, and he takes out the dagger and right in Pukan's back. Pukan falls down to one knee and then falls down to the ground and does not move as Gnong is on his knees next to his best friend, hugging his corpse. And that will end his turn. Next up is Kohl.
I'm just gonna stay focused on this one and just take 3 shots at it.
Go for it.
28,
That's a hit.
30, 31.
One day you are going to roll, and you're going to roll a misfire one day.
Yeah, yeah.
All 3 hit, roll damage.
Okay.
I heard that happened to Taliesin a lot.
Yeah.
Like his gun would just like.
Okay. Pen.
So it's gonna be 38 damage. Jesus Christ.
Mother of goodness gracious.
No kidding.
I'm sorry, 37.
Oh, an entire 1 point.
Right? Like, let me help you.
1 point can make a difference.
Hey, man. Yeah.
1 point.
Between life and
Game of
death.
inches, man. All right, so, yeah, all 3 hit, and you see the blood pop as your bullets find purchase. That's gonna end your turn. You want to take any movement? You're flying.
Yeah. And I can see now.
You can see now. You probably got the best perspective on the whole battlefield.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
All right. Next up is Terra High Hill.
Out of potions.
Driving the elder brains crazy. What do you do?
Calculate this. Okay. I think I know what I'm gonna roll for. How do you call it now? See, I can't even think right now. Whatever it does to make me go poof.
Stealth.
There you go. That thing.
Sure.
That thing.
Natural 18.
It's really pretty well hidden.
Because I can only move at half speed.
Yes, from your stealth. That's true.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Barag, you are up, my man.
Alright. I'm gonna move through Gnong here on the other side of Pukan.
Mm-hmm.
And use my last spell slot for Cure Wounds
On
on Pukan.
On Pukan.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna cure wounds on Pukan.
Go ahead and roll.
Cure wounds 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. Oh, wait, yeah, so 1d8. 1 plus whatever my spellcasting modifier is. I think it's
Should be on your sheet.
It would be like for paladins. Is it charisma?
I think you're
Would it be a
right.
charisma mod?
Mm-hmm. What's your charisma mod?
His charisma is +2.
Yeah, so 3.
Okay. All right. So you see some of the wounds heal as Pukan's one good eye opens. And you see him, the hand kind of wrap around the handle of his war pick. What do you do? You still have movement.
He can't attack me because he's prone, right?
Yeah, it's not his turn yet.
Okay, so he can't take an attack of opportunity or nothing, right?
He's prone, so no, he
Yeah.
can't.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna take.
Technically, he can at disadvantage, but
Really not. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna hold my action. Wait, no.
you've
I
already
took an
taken your
action.
action.
Yeah, I already took an action. No, never mind. So I will stay there just in case he decides to go crazy again.
all right.
You're gonna kill him twice.
I ain't gonna
You're gonna
kill
make
him
him
twice.
say it
I don't
twice.
want Gnong to get killed.
All right, so
It's the only reason I'm staying.
Daedalus Hartwell,
Otherwise I would've
aka
ran.
Hartwell the Magnificent.
Okay, more Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead.
So it's
I'll let the range people take care of the brain.
trying to find a flatter surface.
One is a miss.
I'm in
Can't
his
she-
range.
Can't she see me?
Halfling luck.
Can you see him?
Yep.
Oh yes, you can. All right,
Don't worry.
you're right. So you hear Terra scream from across the battlefield. Pay attention!
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14. Guess what, Daedalus Hartwell?
Does it hit?
That does it.
It does it?
Yeah.
Wow, so that was for the first one. Oh, that's a 2 plus 8, so that's a 10. And what does
That
it hit?
hits.
That a 10 hits?
10 hits.
Oh my god.
That thing's armor class.
I
Wow.
mean, it's just a brain.
And 13 plus 8.
All right, all three hit. But the armor class also represents that it's a stationary thing.
Ah.
It's not moving anywhere.
So here's for the damage for the first one is 6 plus 5.
So 11. Okay.
The next one is 4 plus 5. And then for the last one, 3 plus 5. So I'm gonna
You're chipping away at this thing.
so I'm gonna summon them all up. But they're all gonna resemble hammers this time. I'm gonna direct them over there and then simultaneously just go BAM!
Nice. All right, there you go. 3 hammers. Is that gonna end your turn?
Yes
You
it will.
still have movement if you want it.
No, I'm still gonna play hide. I'm still gonna hide.
All right. Next up is Pukan, who uses half his movement to get up from the prone position. He is going to grab Gnong by his throat. 12.
Protection. Disadvantage.
Still roll the 12.
Ah.
And that actually is a grapple. That is actually his armor class. and he's going to throw Gnong into the viscous fluid.
Oh.
And you just see him grab Gnong by his throat and just stare at him for a second and just throw him into the fluid. So he can throw up to 20 feet. So he's thrown right in the middle. As you see Pukan now, or Gnong rather, being ripped to shreds. He's going to take...
So there's left with Gnong down.
17 points of piercing damage on top of the actual grapple damage from Pukan, which I didn't roll yet. Let me do that first. Okay. And the grapple damage. Gnong is looking rough. As he is kind of... Goblins don't swim, guys.
Yeah.
So he's going to be making an athletics check to stay afloat in this green viscous fluid as he is being eaten. Athletics check is going to be 18. Natural 9. 5, 14. So you see him sinking into the fluid. You just see his hand kind of going down just above the surface, but he's sinking. All right, so that is going to end Pukan's turn. Coincidentally, Gnong's turn. He's going to try to make an athletics check at disadvantage this time to try to stay afloat. As you hear his goblin screams from the middle of the green viscous fluid. And just his hand continuing to sink. He's not able to make that athletics check, and he's going to take more damage. No, that's not their turn yet. Okay, so that's going to end Gnong's turn. Next up, Elder Brain is going to take... He's going to attack the sacrifice. Yes, that is a hit. So you see one of the tentacles wrap around the sacrifice and pull it right out of the ground, stake and all, and just drop it into the green viscous fluid. So if you could take that, yeah. So you see the green humanoid that was staked, and that is also now being consumed. As this happens, all of you guys, except for Kohl, who's floating, feel the chamber itself start to reverberate. Vibrations. You don't feel these vibrations from underneath coming up. You feel them from above coming down. So, that is going to end... Oh, no. And then we've got to cover it. 1. Okay, so... Barag. Strength save, please.
My specialty.
I know it is. 14.
Inspiration. Natural 12. Plus
Natural 12. Okay, so you've used your second inspiration. You got one left.
Yep.
All right. So these plants again break the bedrock and try to wrap themselves around your dwarven legs, but using all that dwarven muscle, you manage to muscle your way through the mutant plants. So,
Thank God.
and that is going to end the bad guy's turn. We're back up at the top of the order, folks. Kohl.
Okay.
A lot of shit has gone down last round.
Yeah. Say 2 more shots on this guy. 31
It's a hit.
and modified 20.
Hate you. Alright. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Or be 18.
18. Total?
Yes.
Alright. You, as you're floating now, you notice, you don't feel the vibrations like the rest of the group, but now you're seeing a lot of these stalactites and stalagmites starting to loosen. You see the bats that are kind of hanging from the ceiling, starting to kind of, they're thrown in like a state of frenzy, like survival mode now. As you see some of these large chunks of stone start to loosen.
Do I get the sense that this is something like geological happening, or
Perception
that is going to be 22.
22. You specifically think it has to do with the sacrifice. You remember the Elder Brain specifically mentioning a sacrifice and an anchor when it proposed that you stay to serve the hive. So you think that this has to do with the reason why they're here in the first place, more than anything. But as you are kind of looking at the sacrifice that is consumed, now being consumed, just past this body, underneath in this viscous fluid, on the bottom of this body of water, not water but liquid, you still see the shine, the glimmer of the Seeing Stone. You know it's there. Now that you're in a position where you can see it, you see it.
Do I get a sense for how deep it is?
It's pretty deep.
Okay. Okay, that's gonna end my turn.
Okay. All right. Next up is going to be Terra.
I am curious. If I were to, because my daggers are hooked to chains.
Sure.
If I were to throw it and wrap it around the pole of the sacrifice, could I try to pull it in? Possibly.
Sure.
I hate that smile. God, I hate you right now so much.
I didn't do nothing.
You didn't do nothing.
So what do you do, Tara?
Okay. Okay, I might actually make it. Okay, yeah, I make it. I'm gonna throw it at Pukan. I mean, not Pukan. Is that
Gnong?
Gnong? I'm gonna throw it at Gnong and pull him in. As
So, so since you're using, so you have your chains attached to your dagger. And much like the charm of the endless rope, that's how your chain works. So, we'll say this. If you hit, then the chain wraps itself around. You manage to throw it in such a way where it almost boomerangs around Gnong.
right.
and secures it. If you miss, you spear that little bastard.
Right.
Alright. A point of order.
Okay.
All you got above the surface here is a hand.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
Okay.
Alright.
14. spear that little bastard did.
His armor class is 17.
Son of a bitch!
So you throw the dagger, and the dagger goes into the liquid, and you hear, and you just see his hand go and sink.
I'm still gonna pull him out anyways. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, you pull him to the surface, his lifeless body.
Okay. And to cast a spell is an action, correct?
Yeah, you've already taken an action. So you can take a bonus action.
To move, would that be considered a
Oh,
bonus
you know
action?
what? I think a bonus action is to recall the chain, actually. If
Okay.
you look on your...
Okay, could I take the rest of my movement?
You can take your movement.
Okay. So, and to hold him, would that lessen my movement speed?
No, that would be an action to hold him.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of like just hold him closely and kind of like shield him as
Sure.
best as I can, and wipe off as much as the fluid like frantically
Alright.
with just a single tool.
Still got those tadpole-like creatures are still kind of like worming their way in his armor and taking chunks, but they seem to die quickly when they're exposed to air. They kind of like, it's almost like they're drowning when they hit air. Alright? Alright. So, that would be Barag.
Alright. So, move right in front of Pukan and just like, with like a sad look in my face, and I'm just gonna say, I'm sorry for doing this, and I'm just gonna stab him.
Sure.
And I'm gonna like, just I'm like, 2 tears are just gonna roll down my face as I attack him.
Sure.
Why, Pukan? Why? 18.
18 is a hit. Roll damage.
Roll a 1. No, I'm kidding. No, I need to roll at least a 3. Yeah, 4 plus 5.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you, for a second time, Pukan,
Suffers again.
Brought him back to put him down again.
yeah. So he falls lifeless to the ground. His war pick clangs on the stone. So what do you do?
I clutch my holy symbol and I pray to Hestia and say, sorry, Pukan, but you need to stay down this time.
Alright.
And I'm actually going to take movement. 25 if I can.
25, yeah.
Yeah, because that would be 30.
Yep.
Yeah, so I will stop there.
Okay. Daedalus Hartwell.
Okay, I'm still gonna be chipping away at the brain.
Go for it.
So more Eldritch Blast. $13 plus 8.
Okay, that's a hit. That's a hit.
9 plus 8.
That's a hit.
And ooh.
Halfway luck.
Oh, yeah?
8 plus 8.
That's a hit. So 3 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. First one. 2 plus 5, so that's 7 damage for the first one. 9 damage for the second one. And 8. 9 plus 5. And 14 for the last one.
Alright. A lot of damage, dude.
I guess I'll just make it boost and just gonna just kind of like stomp their way across the brain and then fade.
Alright.
Go like bam, 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 bam.
And you see as the eldritch boots hit into the brain, you see the kind of like the slime on the bottom of the boots, strings of it. That's awesome, dude. You're doing all right. All right, so second in your turn.
Yes, I will.
All right. Okay. Next up is the Elder Brain, and let's see, Daedalus Hartwell. You are going to be the man of the hour.
I don't want to be the man of the hour.
You are going to be. I need you to make an intellect save, please. DC 18.
10.
So you take 16 points of psychic damage. I rolled really shitty on that damage.
Yeah,
Rolled 1, 2, 3, 4.
So I'm left at 3.
And you are stunned for 1 minute.
Oh, that's like
10 rounds.
ouch.
Alright, so you're stunned for 1 minute. So go ahead and put this around young Daedalus. And then we've got Stone. Stone. Stone construct on the other side of the battlefield begins to kind of light up. You see. Ooh, there's a nice little group of 3 of you there. So I need both Barag and Terra to make a DC 14 dex save, please.
Is it an area?
16.
It is. Okay.
Try and use evasion.
Go for it. Well, you've already used a reaction for Halfling Lock for him this round. You only get 1 reaction
God.
per round. What'd you roll?
8 plus 7.
Yeah, you made it. So you still made it with a shitty roll like that.
Well, 9 plus 7. My bad.
So you guys take 9. You take none, Terra. You don't take any damage, but you take 9 points of acid damage.
9 points of acid damage.
Yeah. And you had failed, right?
No, I.
Oh, you okay? Oh, okay. So you take. I'm sorry. You take 5.
5.
Okay. And that is going to end the bad guy's turn. Next up, Kohl.
I'm gonna reload, and end my turn.
Okay. So quickly, you see everything that's transpiring, and like with marked, like practiced expertise.
And I'm just staying put.
Yep. All right. So, Terra, you're up.
So I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
On.
Little dude.
All right. Go ahead and cast it. This is your last spell slot, yes?
Last spell slot. That's correct. I don't know what this is.
1d8.
1d8.
Yeah. 1d8 plus your modifier.
9.
So to pump this magical energy that you've learned to harness in your time in the wild. Don't see his wounds knitting closed.
Damn it!
Alright, is that gonna end your turn?
Would going into stealth be an action, or would that?
I believe it would not.
Okay.
That's a good question. For now, I'll say no.
Son of a
What
bitch.
are you doing, Terra? What'd you do?
Move forward.
Okay. Alright.
I'm gonna look right at the brain and yell, "Come here, you son of a bitch!"
Alright.
My dagger's raised.
Alright. That'll be the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. Next up, we've got... I think it's Barag, right?
Yeah.
Barag,
I believe so.
your turn.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use the living rigging to get the sacrifice out from the wall.
There's not much left.
Okay. Well,
You look and you have the rigging in your hand, and there's not much left. It's a large, slick, oily kind of slick right at the surface of the... She didn't have many health points left.
Yeah. So I kind of just look at it like, never mind.
I mean, you see the wooden stake kind of floating, and even that is being consumed.
Sorry, Terra. And I just put the living rigging on. No. So I just
You still have an action and movement.
Yeah, so I'm going to continue taking movement at whatever. 15, 5, 10.
It's in the player's turn.
So yeah. And then that one in my turn.
All right. Next up, we've got Daedalus Hartwell, aka Hartwell the Magnificent.
Do I get the roll to try and get out of this stuff?
Yes, you do.
And it's the same DC.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's what you rolled? No, it's 14.
14.
Yeah.
And I still didn't make it.
So you are still blinded.
No, not blinded. I'm stunned.
Stunned, I'm sorry, yes, stunned. No, hold on. I'm thinking of the pillar, and it's not. It's the... Yeah, it's in DC 18 intellect. Save, and you did not make it?
Nope.
Okay, alright, yeah, you are still stunned, so this is round 1 for you. This is the first round.
Okay.
So keep track of it.
Yep.
Alright, so next up is going to be the Elder Brain. Kohl. You are going to get a Mind Blast. So... No. Yeah. Okay. So I need you to make a DC 18 intellect or intelligence.
I want to look up this ability real quick. I've used it like once, and so I'm not super familiar with it. I want to make sure I have it down right. There's the Indomitable ability.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, it's okay, got it. Okay. So 18
DC 18
intelligence.
intelligence.
Modified 20.
All right. For a second, I mean, you are not going to take psychic damage. And for a second you feel your vision, you feel a headache, and you feel your vision kind of coming in on itself, and then you kind of snap out of it. For a second you were like, you almost fell out of the sky, well not sky, but your elevated position. And that is going to end its turn. Actually, I can't see you. I can only see really Kohl, because you guys are kind of obstructed by the sacrificial mound. So the pillar has to see you to attack. So it is going to attack. Noxious Cloud. So Kohl, DC 14, con save, please.
18.
18, alright. So, So you take 3 points of poison damage. You are not blinded. A whopping 3. So, but you see that this particular cloud is stationary.
Okay.
All
And
right.
it's surrounding me right now?
Mhm.
Okay.
You're in the middle of it. Next up, it's going to be at the top of the order. It is you, Kohl.
Okay. So I would like to, if I get to ground level, if I'm just standing on the ground, would that get me out of the cloud?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna lower myself back down to the ground and also take, I'm gonna go like right here. And then raise my pistol and take 3 shots. 1, 2, 3. And then I'd like to make one of them a sniper shot.
Woo!
Which will be, it's a feat, so it's not grip point dependent.
Right.
So it's going to be -5 to the attack roll, plus 10
to damage. Yes. Go for it.
So it's going to be the last one. Okay, so it's 18,
That's a hit.
31.
That's a hit.
This will be a sniper shot, so... okay, so it's going to be 19.
19. All right, all 3 hit. You're adding your because your dex is +5, right?
Yes.
You're adding that to each one, right? Not just
Yeah. So actually, on the primary pistol, I have +7 damage.
Okay.
It's
I
fine.
just want to make sure you're getting all the damage. in
Yeah.
that. Okay, so 42,
Dang.
41,
41.
41. Damn, man. All right, so you see plumes of white smoke as Kohl's pistols crack and reverberate through the cave, but find purchase, and one of the tentacles completely detaches from the body of the elder brain. It's looking really hurt. Next up is going to be Terra.
I am going to.
Whoa! A bold move! Bold! Alright. Fortune favors the bold.
Is there a. Technically, is there a tentacle near me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack it.
Alright. I'm shocked. Let's do it though. Believe it or not, that 4 hits. He's only got an armor class of 10.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, this guy's armor class.
So it's 9. Okay. And then I don't have sneak attack.
No sneak attack because there's nobody in melee.
There's a burly more fun.
Sure, how's their attack?
Otherwise, it's not gonna deal with things around.
You're not gonna follow me?
That's what you think.
Nice.
10, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 for the first one.
For the first one. Jesus Christ.
And take these 2 out and then put these 6. That's 2.
Man.
19, 20, 21. For the
Wow.
second one.
My God.
All right, so Terra, with your 2 blades, you hit deep into the tentacles. You cut it in half. You see the tip of the tentacle, like, kind of writhing in front of you, still kind of active, but the rest of the tentacle, like, kind of recoils. Oh, you take an attack of opportunity because it's recoiling from you.
So I will do that.
That's a hit.
plus
Yeah.
Nah.
12 plus it doesn't matter after the roll.
Yeah. Anything above 10.
And I could
fine.
pick whatever dagger.
Yeah.
Still pick the highest damage dealing one.
Now understand, this is your reaction for this round.
Okay, so no.
You can choose to make it or not make this attack of opportunity.
Oh, I
'Cause that is a reaction.
yeah.
All right. So anybody else rolls a 1 this round, you
Y'all
keep
are-
it.
There's no correcting it.
Right.
That's why. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And then I don't add my dexterity, right? 29.
Wow. 29. Okay. Thing is looking pretty hurt, guys. But you managed to get in 3 hits with your attack of opportunity. You guys, for the first time, you kind of almost share the psychic link now because of the Elder Brain. Almost think of it as a network hub, if you will. And you, for the first time since this whole engagement, you sense fear. So, Barag, you're up.
Sweet. I'm going to take. That tentacle's gone, right?
The tentacle's gone.
Okay, so I'm gonna dash to get up here.
I will say yes. Go ahead and make an athletics check because that is a 10-foot wall. You need to. The DC is only 14 on this.
Cop die. Hold on. Natural 18.
All right. So easily you manage to scale the stone wall.
Sweet.
Okay.
And
Is that gonna end your turn?
Sure.
I will use bonus action to take my greater healing potion.
All right.
And that one, my turn.
Okay. Daedalus.
Oh, you know what though?
Make your save, please. Intellect or intelligence of 18, please.
6.
Body language says it all. Shoulders just slung. And, all right, so you are still out. This is round number 3 for you. Next up is the brain. It sees Barag as the most imminent threat right now. It is going to hit you with a melee attack.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
So 20.
Yeah.
20 hits? Okay. So one of those tentacles wrap around your body.
Distraction.
24, 25, so you take 26 points of bludgeoning damage. And you're also going to take 7 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
But it has you, and you are considered grappled.
Yay.
All right. And then the stone structure is going to too close to the Elder Brain, so I'm gonna say Kohl. 1. Mutant plants. which is interesting because you're just kind of like floating right above the ground, and you just see these plants kind of explode right from underneath you. I need you to make a DC 14 strength save, please.
Strength. Yeah.
All right. So easily enough, you manage to muscle your way through these mutant plants. They are not able to wrap themselves around you. And that is actually going to end their turn. So next up, we are at the top of the order with Kohl Ravencrest.
Okay. Now these plants, they're still there.
They're kind of receding back into the stonework.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I
It's a
move-
magical effect.
Okay. Okay.
So I think it's like once, if it gets done, it's like once.
Yeah.
And then it just like, if it fails, it just goes.
I'll say. Well, the plants are gone actually, so I'll go ahead and stay put. And I will take 2 shots at this brain. So I've just like kept my eyes locked on it this whole time, and I just keep going at it.
Okay.
So that's 2 more, 1 sniper shot.
Go for it.
So this will be the regular one. Yeah. All right. Natural 20.
Go ahead and roll damage.
And that was on the sniper shot.
That was on the sniper.
That was on the sniper?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Does that still count as a natural 20? Because technically it's supposed to be -5 to the attack roll.
No, it's a natural 20 is always a natural
Okay.
20. Yeah, so you get to double those dice.
Just making sure.
Yes.
Okay. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 4 d8 plus 24. Oh no, it's gonna be. You know what? I messed that up. It's gonna be 3d8.
Okay.
So I'll just take the lower one on that. So it's going to be 9, 13 plus 24, so 37.
37 points of damage.
This is what happens when I can just like stand there and just take shots and not have to like.
You said 37, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So, you hit that critical. It goes right, and you see it. You can follow, like, when you fire for Kohl, I imagine, like, things almost happen in slow motion for you. Like, you can kind of, like, see where everything is. Unlike anybody else on the battlefield. And that's that critical, you see it, and you see that bullet penetrate that flesh and go right into center mass, and you just see this illumination of lights as it is in complete panic, and you hear, "Cease, cease, I relent. I will give you the stone. Leave."
Am I the only one hearing this?
Everybody here.
And then it's like just.
You're stunned.
So I'm not hearing anything. Just like.
So I just keep my pistol trained on him. What do you guys think? If we leave this thing here, it's gonna do more damage.
Decimate the world, decimate Baldur's Gate eventually, I don't think so.
Peace. Peace for the stone.
Nah.
Even if we kill it, how are we gonna get to the stone?
Protected by my children.
So I just look back to everybody and I just lift up the alchemy jug. Don't worry, I'll take care of his children. And I just put the alchemy jug back. So let's kill this thing. Once and for all.
Alright, next up is going to be Terra.
I'm gonna hop up on wall.
Okay, make an athletics check, please.
9 plus 5.
14. All right.
I'm just gonna move over that way. Bye, bye, bye.
Oh, just
It's like I just
SWAT.
It's like just gonna kick the dwarf off.
And you put me on backwards.
You're running away, bro. You're running away. All right. So what do you do?
I'm gonna actually start stabbing the brain.
Okay, go for it. Trying to lobotomize an elder brain. That's a hit. That is a hit.
Jesus.
I know. No, it's only got a 10 armor class, so you don't. As long as you don't roll a 1, you'll hit it.
Oh, and Barag's right there.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead.
You said, he ain't gonna follow me. Now you're following me. You're welcome. But then again, I'm grappled, so not like I can do
That's
much
true.
right now. And you know, it's like I'm like that I need to
36 points of damage. So it is. You just see like a light show. The kind of energies within the elder brain, trying to seal off whatever wounds you guys are opening to no avail. Seems still alive.
I'm gonna attack it again. Oh, I already rolled. For
You did roll. You just got to roll for damage.
Then I don't get my sneak attack, which is okay
No.
with me. Because I get these guys. Anyways. Yeah.
Okay, roll. Okay, you don't have to count. Describe your moment of victory.
So, I'm gonna basically keep stabbing. I'm gonna stab it. I'm gonna say, this is for Pukan.
All right.
And I'm gonna say, and this is for what he said. As loud as I possibly can, and just like drag.
All right. And as you do, you are kind of covered in this mucusy ichor and this blood that just kind of like, it's almost like a Sam Raimi movie. You're just got like covered in elder brain blood, and you see it just kind of sink into the green viscous fluid. As you are standing on that stone structure, you look down, you just see the tentacles kind of like on the surface, almost like seaweed on the surface of an ocean, until it finally disappears into the green thickness fluid, the thick fluid. Well done, guys! Woo!
Man, intense.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So what happens with that final pillar? Is it just like this?
It is still active,
Oh
as
shit.
far as you know.
Yes.
But I will say, for the sake of edification between the four of you and a woke ass Daedalus, you are able to dismantle it pretty easily. All right. So what do you guys do?
So I just
However, the cave is still reverberating.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
I just kind of float over.
Float
everybody.
over.
Just someone
Hey, guys.
float over. Hey.
Um,
And
So-
I'm gonna.
I'm just gonna kind of sit down and rest against the wall.
Yeah. it was easier to see the light of the Seer Stone in this green viscous fluid, but now that you've got the dead elder brain kind of spitting out blood and ichor, now that it's dead, it seems like it's being fed upon by whatever's in there.
So,
It's harder to see now at the bottom.
So
Right.
actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to Barag and Mind if I light a torch? Maybe we can burn this thing?
And I pull out the alchemy jug, oil.
Okay.
And I say oil to it, and so,
It's like a gallon of oil, right?
yeah,
That's how much the alchemy jug
I
holds.
believe, yeah, it was a gallon. So I'm just gonna, the green ichor pool in the middle, I'm just gonna go around and just pour oil into the pool.
Okay.
And then be like, alright, Terra, light it up.
So I light up a torch and just throw it over the oil.
Okay. So the oil, because it's this viscous fluid is so thick, the oil kind of sits at the surface. It burns, but this is a lot of volume. But it burns a little bit.
We need to get that stone and get out of here.
So,
Well, when I saw these things, they don't like air for some reason. If we can somehow, I don't know, create a vortex of some sort, that would be the only way that I can think of. Or maybe one of these guys knows, and then I point to the other sacrifices.
how about you go question the sacrifices then? I don't know.
So I go to each one and I start cutting the ropes of each sacrifice.
Most of them are half dead.
Mhm.
On the last vestiges of life.
So I think I have I still have my pack of good berries.
Mm.
I have 10
Okay.
right now. I haven't taken any.
Okay.
So like to each one I give them one good berry each.
Okay.
And I think there's 5.
Yes.
5?
There's 5
Okay.
total.
Let me mark that really quick. So I go and give a good berry each to each
Okay.
sacrifice.
So there are 3 males and 2 females, as they thank all of you. What do we call you? Who are you? Have you been sent by our brethren to rescue us?
We are from Baldur's Gate, but we're actually here for this Seer Stone.
So one of them is visibly upset, tears forming in the corner of her eyes. Our queen has died.
Was she the one that they were saying was a sacrifice?
Yes. They needed royal blood of the Githyanki
To do what? Do you know?
to place the last anchor. And as she says that, the cave again reverberates, trembles, and it seems like whatever is happening on the surface.
How do I have a sense for how large the stone is?
It's about the size of a football.
Pretty big.
So while they're doing that, I'm gonna go search through the cavern, you know, like the little treasure pile and the chests and stuff, and just see what I find while I do that.
Okay.
It's a long shot question, but do I feel like I would have a shot of I don't know if the hook is large enough, but using my grappling hook to catch the stone, or is it just too like?
I will say that you've had experience on the ocean now, and you definitely have experience with firearms. You do know that as soon as a high velocity bullet, or really anything, hits a body of water, it generally slows it down a lot.
Yeah.
So your best guess is you probably are not going to be able to hook it.
Okay. Well, I think we need to get out of here before whatever's going on up there decides to come down here and join us.
So one of the captives, a male, older male, has got most of his teeth, looks forcibly pulled out. Looks like he was tortured pretty thoroughly. Long white hair, falling out in patches, probably ripped out. This plane of existence is doomed.
What exactly is going on? I mean, we've been through, what, undead, krakens.
The anchor has been placed.
What is this anchor?
There have been many anchors placed on this dimension, this plane of existence. They are like your Seer Stone, but much larger in scope. Once the last anchor, this anchor, is placed, the old one comes.
So if we take this Seer Stone out of this pool, will that
No,
somehow...
no, I do not feel that it will. But know that the end is near. There is nothing that we can do about it now. They have won.
Well, in my opinion, nobody's won until we take our last breath. We fought gods, we've fought the undead. Hell, we fought demons from other dimensions.
We are Githyanki. You have no idea what we fight.
Then will you join us? We have to get out of here. The only way that any of us will survive is if we
And
join
you want
forces.
this stone. Is that right?
We do. Problem is, I'm not willing to risk more lives to get this Seer Stone, no matter how bad I want it. It's not worth the lives of my compatriots and I kind of point to the group of them, to you folk. Everyone's been through enough.
We have failed and we are dishonored. If we can reclaim some of our honor in death, then we shall do so. So he kind of looks at the rest of the group of the Githyanki, these tall green humanoids, and they all kind of nod. We will distract the predators in the pool. Get what you must and leave this place. But don't let it be for nothing. And he puts his hand on your shoulder. If you can stop what is to come, then our deaths will mean something.
So I kind of touch his hand on my shoulder. And it will be for naught. I promise.
Thank you.
And
You
then-
are tiny but mighty.
I've heard that a lot. And I kind of smirk. And then I bow, very courteous. And you honor us of not just this dimension or this world in Baldur's Gate, but you honor us as Valor's ransom. I thank you.
Valor's ransom. So he kind of salute. They all kind of salute, all four of you, as they go toward the other side of the pool in this area right here. Slowly, it's a procession. They know that the end is near. It's not something that they look forward to. So they get to the very edge, and you are looking across the pool. What do you guys do?
So I'm gonna start like unhooking like my blades and everything. And alright, boys, keep after my things, yes?
Aye. You're the best swimmer out of us all.
Alright, well,
We'll be waiting poolside to get you out as quick as we can. If their distraction doesn't distract them for long.
don't
Not gonna go in.
after me, Barag.
I'm not gonna go in. I'm just gonna say, and I like cut my hand, and so I can get like a lot of blood deep enough. So, and then I would like go by the pool and like dribble my blood into the pool.
Okay.
to hopefully distract them.
Okay.
If-
So where?
I would probably. She's probably gonna go in there. So
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
probably
try
jump
to-
in through here.
I'm probably gonna try to distract along here.
Okay.
If their distraction doesn't last long enough.
Okay. So they look at all four of you in silence and nod, and the first one, the elder statesman, falls into the viscous green fluid, and you just see a very kind of violent uproar on the surface of this pool as he is being ripped to shreds, but he doesn't scream at all. Then the next one.
And so I go and I start diving as their
Athletics check.
distraction.
To go down is going to be easier. It's going to be harder than to go up. So to get to the bottom of the pool, it's going to be an athletics check of 18. If you fail the athletics check, understand this is not, you have water breathing.
Yes.
You're not swimming in water.
Yeah.
So if you fail the athletics check, I will say that thicker than you anticipated, and there's a chance that some of that attention starts coming your way.
And I will use one of my inspirations.
Okay, go ahead, re-roll that.
16 plus 9.
Okay, so you get to the bottom of the pool and you see a stone about this big.
So I
Grab it.
grab it.
Okay, it's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Athletics check 16. The DC is lower.
Okay.
Disadvantage because you have a fucking stone in your hands.
I'll roll for the first one, then I'll roll the second.
Natural 1.
I couldn't use my halfling luck, huh?
Well,
I would say, okay. You have disadvantage. I think your halfling luck would just cancel out the disadvantage.
Mm-hmm. So would I be able to roll again?
I would say you re-roll, but
Okay.
you don't roll again.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So re-roll.
So re-roll.
19.
So you see her hand break the surface. And you see the glow of the Seer Stone just beneath. She has it, but she's struggling.
Okay, I'm gonna float over
Mhm.
to like right above where she's at, and I'll just get like right above her, and she's like head above water,
Yes.
hands above water.
But she's only got one arm above. The rest of her body is underneath the
Okay.
surface.
I'm gonna yell to Kohl. Kohl, I got this. I'm gonna throw out the living rigging and pull Terra
Forward?
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and
You're right here.
Yeah.
I'll say you don't even have to make the grapple on this. No, make the grapple. So go ahead
Can't make it
and
easy.
yeah. Go ahead
Grapple.
and roll Dex.
15.
What's your armor class?
3.
Minus 20.
So
17. But no. Yeah. I think it's exactly 17.
all right. So the living rigging goes out. It doesn't grapple around her.
Mm-hmm.
You see the living rigging like going from left to right, essentially trying to find her.
Okay.
But you missed her trying to get it. And as the living rigging is out there,
Mm-hmm.
Kohl, you're above. You start seeing a lot of these creatures start to peel off in her direction.
Okay. So I just say grab on, and I like make sure my legs like right above where her hand's at.
Okay.
So
So go ahead and roll a grapple with advantage because this is assisted by Kohl.
13
Plus your strength.
4, 17.
What's your armor class?
17.
Okay. So you grab Kohl's foot and you fly.
Just like right above
To
the
the shore.
surface to the shore.
Okay. So you have it. She's covered in this green slime, this ichor, but she has the Seer Stone and it is glowing brightly.
Well, I thought I had her, and then I retract the living
Sure.
rigging.
Sure.
Sorry, Kohl.
So I start like kind of coughing. You always think you have things.
Hey man, it's not my fault you're heavy.
Let's just get
This
out of
is-
here.
So as you're kind of talking to each other again, the cave.
Let's go.
Shoot. Ah man. Well, yeah, I guess so. I wanted to check out some of that stuff over there, but let's get out of here before we get buried.
So, I'm gonna start looking for like an exit of any sorts, or is that?
There is one exit, and it's got a stone in front of it.
Huh.
Great. There's only one exit out of here, so we gotta get through that stone.
How large is the stone?
Tons.
Yeah.
It's not like the pillars where it's like.
But I mean, you do notice that there's a chain attached to the very top of the stone. It was a trap, after all.
Right.
Okay. So,
So we gotta find wherever that chain was attached to.
would there be any way to kind of look to follow the chain?
Follow
and
the
kinda
chain?
Feel? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a investigation roll.
Natural 18.
Easily enough, you find the trigger and the mechanism, and with assistance, the four of you can hoist this stone to give yourself enough room to get out of the chamber. So go ahead and make a strength check of 20. So whoever has the highest strength, this is going to be with advantage because all four of you are essentially pulling on this wheel with this lever to hoist the stone back up.
That's what, six?
9
6.
or 6.
6. So 18.
18. Alright, so you guys managed to actually get the stone up to a certain point. You've got about that much space, which means that you guys can crawl underneath this dangling stone with just enough space to fit your body if you crawl, army crawl,
Wait,
beneath the stone.
Daedalus, what's that thing that you normally do with the little portal thing? What is that? Can't you do something like that?
I can't cast any more spells right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, Daedalus.
So what do you guys do?
So,
The chamber is breaking apart. The stone that you have just about 1.5 feet off the ground is swaying.
so I'm gonna start army crawling right away.
Alright.
Me too.
I'm also gonna follow
Same
him.
here.
Alright. So I need everybody to make a dex save for me. DC is 19.
Come on.
Inspiration. Last one. I
Alright.
rolled a 2.
It's a dex save? Did you say?
It's
Or
dex roll.
just straight.
Straight dex roll.
Last inspiration.
I'll use one of those too.
Alright.
I'm gonna use the inspiration as well.
Dang. All
Alright.
of us just used it.
You know what? We're not using that dice. We're not
19 exactly.
23.
Only 14.
I'm with you on that.
I'm dead.
Okay,
I'm
so
17.
as Barag and Kohl finish making their way underneath the stone, Terra, you are pushing the stone through to Kohl and Barag, who are on the other side. Daedalus, you're helping, and the chain snaps, and you guys take damage.
And we're squashed.
As your arms are both stuck between the wall and the stone in a 146-hour scenario.
And they're on the opposite side.
They're on
from
the
us?
opposite side of a crumbling cave, right? So you guys take 4 points of damage
I'm at 0.
as Daedalus
Goes down.
falls unconscious with his arm pinched between the wall and the stone.
I'm gonna give
You guys have the Seer Stone, and you are on the other side.
So they're in the crumbling cave and we're safe, basically. Kind of.
So I'm going to give Daedalus a regular healing potion or try to? Cause is he right next to me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna pop the cork and
That was your last potion, though, right?
No, I have one more left.
Okay.
Normal, and then I'm out.
All right. So
Completely.
you take 2d4 plus 2 healing. As you pour the red shining fluid down Daedalus' throat, you see his eyes kind of flitter as he comes back to consciousness.
Oh shit! I just remembered something. Yes. Still have. Oh, I need one.
What do you guys do?
Is there anything like the mechanism we saw on the other side? Is there anything like that where we're
Make
at?
an investigation roll.
Critical fail.
Looks like a rock.
It's a big rock.
I have, according to my sheet, I have one potion, and it just says mist potion. I'm guessing it turns me into mist. So, can't believe I'm doing this. I'm gonna turn to Daedalus and shove the potion down his throat.
All right, Daedalus. As you come to consciousness, you taste that familiar taste of health potions. Lord knows you've tasted it enough. But she pours something else down your throat. And then you have your hand up in front of you, and then you see it kind of like disappear and apparate into almost like a smoke as the rest of your body disappears. And you are able to kind of find little cracks and get to the other side to where...
As he kind of turns into mist. Love you, Daedalus. Nice. Just sit there and just close my eyes with a smile.
How long does it last?
That is a good question.
Well, when I see Daedalus come through,
Well, first you see like almost like a smoke
Oh yeah.
or a mist. So the first thing you think is, we set off a trap.
We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
But
Scary.
you see it in the form of Daedalus Hartwell.
So
And
about
I will tell you how
Terra?
long it takes.
But I turn to Kohl. I'm like, Kohl, don't you have a potion that makes you giant? You mentioned that a while back, right? An enlargement potion.
Oh,
You get big, you move the rock.
I'm told that
possibly?
I can get big or small with it, but
Well,
I don't
I mean,
know.
say go big and move the rock.
So,
I don't know how big.
do I hear this from the other side?
Make a perception roll.
Because we can't leave Terra behind. That's just not gonna happen.
9 plus 8.
So yeah, I would say you it's muffled. I mean, you've got tons of stone between you and them.
So
But
I
you hear them talking.
So I go like as close to the rock, to the crack of the rock. I don't know if you can hear me, you stupid idiots. But get the hell out of here. I'm sorry.
Do we hear anything?
You hear, both of you make, actually all three of you make perception rolls.
9.
23.
$14.
14? Alright. Cole, you hear it. You hear it pretty well. Daedalus, you do too, but Barag, you just hear kind of muffles.
So I relay what she said to Barag. I say, I can try the potion. I don't think it's going to make me big enough to move that thing, but it's worth a shot.
You take it or I take it. Either way,
Make
we
a-
gotta try.
Make a perception roll, guys.
Nope.
22.
22.
22.
I would say that the chain itself that held the stone up snapped. You know that if you don't necessarily have to lift it, but if you moved it, that might be enough to.
Okay. So I just take the potion out of my bag and I just hand it over to Barag. Well,
You want me to do this? This
You're-
is your potion.
strong enough already. Maybe you'll have more of an advantage.
Alright, so what do I do or say? Do I just chug the thing?
Just drink it.
Alright. I pop the cork and I drink the potion.
All right. It tastes ghastly.
Ugh.
Even for a dwarf. It tastes ghastly, but you enlarge. So it's almost like Peter Dinklage in Avengers. Like you see this very very large dwarf, and he's moving kind of slower. He's like, I've got the chain. So go ahead, and I need a strength check. This is going to be a group effort.
Okay.
Come on.
So do I roll for the whole group, right?
You roll for the whole group with
With
advantage
advantage.
because it's a group effort.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
I'm alive! Yes! So you managed to dislodge her arm, and because the stone itself is kind of oblong,
Mm-hmm.
you managed to not lift it, but pull it so that it lays flatter. And you see Terra on the other side. Her arm looks broken,
Yeah.
but she's alive.
Alright, let's move it, Terra.
So
We'll
you
fix your
hear-
arm.
All right, let's move it, Terra. You see this giant Barag. It's disturbing to look at because he still has the same dwarven proportions, but he's huge.
Oh, just when I thought life couldn't get worse.
All right.
It could be worse. You could be dead. I mean, you could be dead.
This-
1 hour at last.
1 hour, so I'm gonna be like that for an hour.
Well, you gain the effect, but you can shut it off whenever you want.
So I'm gonna wait till we're outside. So
Yeah,
I
you
can
can.
kind of slow
You,
out.
you,
Smart man.
yeah, you can end the effect with a bonus action. So.
Okay.
All right, so you guys leave the cavern.
Yes.
All right. This is where we'll pick up next time, guys.
Booyah.
Well done.
So,
Elder Brain, you guys.
So
There were a couple of times where I was like, "Ooh, man, that's rough."
that was, I don't want to get anywhere
almost-
near that thing.
I almost ate
smart,
it.
smart gameplay. Like you guys, kind of like.
You almost did
It took a while. It took a while, admittedly,
For
but
you guys, I'd be dead.
yeah. Well
Thank
done,
God I
guys.
saved all those potions. Like, I thought
Thank
about
God
it
I
too. I was
just
like,
stayed
maybe I
forward.
should distribute these out or whatever. Like, I didn't think I was gonna need them all.
You know what, guys? Honestly, in this fight, potions made the difference.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
like,
would
next
be
time you're
fine.
like, "Oh man, that potion's super expensive,"
Buy it.
rethink that shit.
Yeah. Like the potion of enlargement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. We know this was a long one, and we thank you. Elder Brain, guys, Elder Brain. But what will Valor's Ransom find when they go back up to the surface? What is happening in Happy Haven? What is happening with Nox and Griffin?
Oh no.
What is going on with Kasur?
Oh.
Oh.
Hopefully he's not there.
I don't know, but we'll find out next time we play, guys. Thank you for hanging in there. We love you very much. Play D&D and be awesome.
Yo.
Good night, guys.
Night.
I feel like James Brown at the end of a concert when he's like dancing and they put the cape over him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is a good one.
Are you both in the window?